everybody. The clocks keep spinning, but we keep on grinding and the races keep on coming thick and fast. We're back after our short interlude with the slightly abrupt end to the Miami Grand Prix. And we cross the globe from stateside to Europe. It is Monza. We have some news on the lineups for that one as well. Alongside me, returning for his second stint this evening, or today I should say, it is Omi. And I have to say, Omi, you are looking slightly different to the last time you were on screen.
Yes, just slightly. Just slightly. Everyone got us to £950 at the time, which is why myself and Nathan Richards have decided to put on a wig as well. I mean, I'll be keeping the wig on across all of my stints. Nathan Richards has to, of course, change his hair to pink, so probably not for him as well, but there's something exciting on the way for his hair. But yeah, I guess I've got this on for the remaining 4 commentaries that I'm doing across the night.
Looking spiffing, I have to say, absolutely spiffing. We know what's at stake, the pink hair, the blue hair for TK coming up potentially as well. But for this race, we aren't having one-shot qualifying. We're ditching it. We're moving to reverse grid championship order, which is currently being set up. Now, considering we're at Monza, long run down into turn 1. That could be a little bit chaotic potentially into the braking zone.
Yeah, it's a very long run down there indeed. And, you know, we've had some short runs and we've had plenty of chaos. This is a long run. A lot can play out by the time we get down there. So these drivers will be absolutely utilizing that to their advantage and immediately going wheel to wheel and trying to get some overtakes in. So looking forward to seeing how that is going to go on the opening lap. But we've got 27 laps coming your way. And the special thing about this race is, thanks to everyone's donations, it is a reverse championship race, which of course puts everyone, which of course puts the faster drivers / teams at the back, but also most of all, it puts the commentary team, which of course we're supporting, up here in the commentary box, believe it or not, near the front, which is fantastic. And I know Jess is very excited to be getting herself underway from the front. Let's see whether we can stay there though.
Fingers crossed for commentary crew. Yeah, Jess has had some interesting races so far. Good battle, I believe, with Adam Sanson a few rounds ago at Azerbaijan, I think it was, or it might have been Saudi Arabia. But an exciting one, and that opening lap in particular, the opening few laps are going to be so interesting to see how quickly the big guns can try and work their way through the traffic.
Going to be fantastic. It's going to be really exciting. Something different as well compared to what we've seen. And, you know, that's the special thing about it. That's the special thing that, you know, we've had plenty of normal races. We've had a reverse race as well in terms of circuit layout. We've had all tire compounds being used. We've had F2 cars. We've basically had everything. So it's now time to throw in a reverse grid and see what goes wrong or what possibly happens.
Nothing can go wrong. I tell you that one. Nothing will go wrong here. This will be all action, all the time. And we are very excited. Just while we wait to see the lobby get sorted and the grid order set, because like you said, reverse championship order, let's have a quick look at what to expect over the next coming hours as we do tick across into Sunday for the first time. Monza, you can see there, 11:30 UK time. Then we head back over to North America for Canada. Australia follows that one. The big stint, 3 a.m. Monaco, midnight in the full wet weather. That is going to be exciting. I can bet you that one. Abu Dhabi. And then into the final stretch, the final third. Baku, the Netherlands, which I think I'll be returning for with a wheel spin to decide whether we do forward or reverse layout. Vegas will be exciting, I'm sure. Suzuka, Singapore, Austria, and then Spa to round it off. We've had some bangers already, Owen, but we've got some crackers still yet to come as well.
Monaco is always one of them, isn't it? But also, 5 a.m. Baku. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing what sort of chaos we get there. Of course, on the PC side, a lot of the drivers have just been doing it. And we've had 8-car pileups in PC F2. We've had pileups in F3 as well. So the PlayStation side will deal with it tomorrow in terms of... not tomorrow, Monday, rather, as well.
Almost
I'm getting my days
tomorrow.
wrong. But we're very nearly into Sunday.
Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting one. The night stint as well, Monaco, like you said. And we're finishing with a nice one as well. Spa, obviously recently reprofiled a couple of games ago. Much improved on the F1 game. That's going to be a nice one to finish us off. And hopefully a great way to round out what has been an exceptional event, I must say.
It's been brilliant. The whole organisation team and everyone behind it, of course, the drivers, all the fellow commentators as well. Everyone has done fantastic in this event so far, and we've still got a long way to try and bring it home, and you the viewers can also try and assist with that as well. We are still very much on the rise in terms of donations, so keep them coming. Of course, it is going to a great cause, and also we are, well, possibly affecting some people's lives, like TK's, and possibly TK's, definitely Nathan Richards already. So, you know, we're already making an impact beyond the charity. So I guess you can also definitely donate for that specific reason too.
All positives, all positives. If you can and you can afford to, if you would do a little bit of a donation for us, that would mean so much. Everybody gets affected by mental health at some point in their life, whether it's somebody you know or yourself in general. And just a little bit can go such a long way to helping people who really need it. As we are approaching, of course, the halfway point in this incredible event. It's difficult to go for predictions. Usually that's the thing that I kind of like to get sorted early on, obviously because we are reverse championship order. It's a little bit harder to try and give us some predictions because everything's going to be thrown out into the air. The script absolutely ripped up. But if you were going to pinpoint somebody, Omi, putting you on the spot ever so slightly, who would you be looking at?
Absolutely. Well, considering I've commentated on his brilliance over on the PC side plenty of times, you cannot look past Angelo Di Ortenzio, and also at the same time, our most recent PCF2 champion, Luca Ripassa as well. So those are definitely two drivers to keep your eye on, even if they might be at the back. You know, Angelo Di Ortenzio has attempted in the past to come from further positions on the grid to try and get to the front, so it will be nothing new. So keep your eye on them, of course, for delivering and dishing out plenty of overtakes, and also, of course, the teams and drivers at the front as they try and, well, block the road and keep positions. But I believe we are about to ready up and get underway. Remember, no qualifying. Our grid is already set, so it will be straight to 27 laps of racing at Monza.
Thrown straight into the deep end, and that is exactly what we like. No qualifying. How much of an impact do you think that might have? Obviously, they have had, albeit just one lap, maybe just to try and get their feet dirty, get their feet under the table, just get a feel for the circuit. Yes, they've done a lot of laps practice, but do you think we could maybe see somebody just getting it slightly wrong into turn one? A lot at stake into that braking zone.
I think so. This event has proven so far that it is very easy for that to be the case. And as some predictions are being made in terms of 10-car pileups, who knows? Time will only tell. So let's see how the Monza Rettifilio chicane is going to treat the drivers on the opening lap. And then beyond that point to let's see what will take place as we get all set and ready to go for another contest and continue the story of the 24 hours of mental health in 2026.
100%. I think this is the best place as well to do the reverse grid. Tomo, I'm on the same wavelength. 10-car pile-up. That'll be an interesting one. Mythogian as well. People taking different braking points. That's a really good point as well. Some of the drivers that'll be starting towards the front, maybe not as confident, will be braking slightly earlier. So there is going to be a big pinch point, I'm imagining, as we head down into that tricky braking zone. Also into the second chicane as well at the start of the middle sector. We could be 3 wide on the run through Curva Grande up into that very, very tight pinch point. Those sausage curbs as well through the first 2 chicanes. Absolutely mahoosive. Got to be careful of those.
Yes, got to be careful of those indeed. So there is a lot for the drivers to keep their eye on and keep across around the Monza circuit that is coming their way in a few moments time, and a lot for us to keep an eye on as well in the commentary box as we take a look at live pictures and take a look down in the pit lane, and soon we'll be looking to those 5 red lights for our contest to get underway, and, well, everyone to be released down towards the first turn, which we have just spoken about, and the risk factor heading down there.
Very, very high risk factor. Got to keep your wits about. You may be thinking about lap 27 rather than what happens on the opening lap. If you are here in the chat, first of all, thank you for sticking with us throughout the 10 hours or so we've been going so far. Who are you repping for in this race? Who have you got your eyes on? Who are you supporting? Who are you banking on to do a decent job? Formula Kai, somebody we haven't mentioned, looked really strong in Miami as well. And we know that he likes to sink his teeth into some dicey battles, let's say. Very punchy driver. Very, very good to watch. Box office, I think, is the best way to describe Formula Kai when he's on song.
Yeah, when he's on it, it's absolutely fantastic. Love watching him behind the wheel. That applies to so many drivers, though, who are taking to the grid, and they're taking to the grid right now.
Long run down to turn one. We've got the big guns at the back. How quickly can they make their way through? Lights down. We are racing for the Italian Grand Prix. Slipstream Fest engaged as the two Saubers make decent launches off the front. We're already onto the grass. We can see a McLaren there dicing away, trying to find any space, but charging around the outside the A-team. INZ doing a decent job to hold on and rebuff the assault, but it is lime green Civil War. Bit of damage thrown up as we come out of the first chicane. Quick battling away with Jess Ball as well through Curva Grande.
Fantastic start to the race. You've got the two kick Saubers at the front of the field. Jess just hanging on to P4, or at least she'll be hoping that she can do so, but it's getting super tight into the second chicane, and she's lost out the position, and we've seen a switch come in between those two drivers. Piggy's dropped all the way down to the bottom of the field, so not the getaway that they were looking for, but meanwhile we've already seen big gains coming in. Rapassa finds himself P12 at the moment. Angela Diotentia is still near the back in 17th, but their recovery drive now begins as they try and move further up the order.
Axel given the cold shoulder not once but twice through the Lesmos, taking a trip through the gravel on both occasions, chipping off a bit of front wing as well after a bit of an excursion with barrier on the outside. Still the two Saubers charging down into the Parabolica. Formula Kai, good start, already up into 5th, dispossessing the junior Racing Bulls team. Great run there though, through the penultimate and the final corner. Gets in between the Sauber monopoly, not satisfied with that one. To the outside we go to steal the lead away as we start the second lap of running. We could be too wide, we definitely were, but backing out of that one hasn't got the straight line speed as yet. We'll see how brave are we into the braking zone of turn one. Not particularly, but it's the Mercedes behind of FR7 dancing down the inside. Looked a little bit untethered there, the best way to put it. Catching quick, it's sure, and that just opens the gap between first and second.
Dive bomb to the inside and see what happens. That was the approach there from FR7, as you mentioned, and now they are having to fight away still with the Sauberman. The A-team having to scamper over the road, and they're going to be spinning round at the second chicane.
A-team sent packing there, backwards coming through the second chicane. Not good news at all. 3 into 1 chicane, especially when it's tight with those sausage curbs, is not the best way to approach it. Formula Kai getting through unscathed. The head of Joseph. Jess Ball's lost a couple of places. Again, down into position number 8. The McLaren of Joseph under the cosh here because Richard's all over the back of the McLaren in his Williams.
Richards on that hard compound of tyre. Is it stopping them though? Absolutely not. On the charge and looking to try and move forward past Joseph. One of two Josephs that we have in the field. We've also got the commentator Joseph Black, which you've been hearing across this broadcast so far. So we'll keep an eye on both of their progress too as we make our way down towards the end of the lap and onto the third tour here at Monza.
Still, the Sauber of INZ leading the way, but once again, deja vu from the previous tour. It's Cricket all over the back of the Sauber, this time pulling out, this time with a helping hand of the DRS rear wing flap, and that is an elementary pass to move the Haas up into the lead of the race at the start of lap number 3. The Sauber bumped down into second place, still FR7 holding that third place after the excursion, the bumpy ride over the sausage curbs through the second chicane on the previous lap. Really good drive out of the first two corners as well, dancing maybe around the outside into Curva Grande, but doesn't have a foothold in the battle just yet because the slipstream and maybe a bit of battery usage, not enough to get alongside the Sauber.
Not enough at the moment, as you mentioned, so having to sit in behind, still having to follow in the wheel tracks. That doesn't apply further back though, where Max has made a move and moved up to 10th position there. So into the top 10 goes Max as well, ahead now of the Red Bull car. So that's a switch that has come in as they made their way towards the end of the opening sector, but that could be a battle that definitely continues across the remainder of the lap.
And Max handing that back one very wide through Lesmo too, taking a trip off the road and a bit of buffet driving there. Help yourself as nice back inside the top 10. Ortenzo behind, getting past Hans is the Aston Martin on the move and in the groove, dancing past the the Ferrari engine Sauber in second place, up into P12 on the run down into the Parabolica. A few gaps starting to form, notably Jess Ball 1.2 seconds off the back of Rapassa, who's quietly gone about their business up inside the top 8.
They have indeed. Okay, time to now see who's going to be dishing out the overtakes. We're going to have to look to the front of the field. Once again, it is a bit of an attack. Outside to inside. And FR7 looks to finally have that nose ahead. They've got the full car length ahead, as well as they move up to second place in the contest, and they're 8 tenths away from the leader as Formula Kai looks to also try and capitalise at the same time and moves up to P3.
INZ brave under brakes, almost clatters into the side of Formula Kai. They had to just be careful. Got it slightly wrong into the braking zone of the Della Roggia chicane. Kai lucky not to get wiped out on that occasion. Joseph falling back another spot side by side through Lesmo. One side by side through Lesmo 2 as well. And it's Williams that comes up trumps in the battle of the Mercedes customer teams on the hard compound tyres as well. Excellent first couple of laps, but the job is not done because a good run out of Lesmo 2 brings Joseph back into the fray with the 2 Alpines lurking underneath the rear wing of the Papaya and Chrome McLaren.
Yeah, the more battling that we see between the drivers, the more they bring others into play further in behind. So which is why you're seeing some battles lead to further battles as well. Joseph Black has picked up a 3-second time penalty. That is for track limits as we go wheel to wheel. And that is the other Joseph who is looking to try and hang on with the inside line. But roaring all the way around the outside is going to be the Alpine. And it's an Alpine sandwich because Luca Rapassa is also trying to come and is also trying to pass. And it looks like he's done exactly that over the finish line.
Excellent Alpine teamwork there, but I don't think Rapassa's satisfied because he dangles the nose down the inside of his teammate, inside of 1, who will come the outside of 2, slightly caught up over the curb. It's D'Amico on the inside of turn 2, and Rapassa should have the high road to clear this one through Curva Grande into 3, and does dispossess his teammate of 7th position. Joseph still right in there in P8 as well. D'Ortenzio a little bit further back and still moving forward. Rapassa punching into the braking zone of Della Roggia chicane, having to take to the runoff goes the Sauber Vienzi, and that is 5th place now for Rapassa, firing through very nicely. And once again, the Alpines double team with the drivers around them, following in the footsteps of his teammate.
Yep, trying to move forward together, even though they might be in the same manufacturer, not the same, of course, esports team. But if they can help themselves up the order and then battle it out themselves, then that is also an option as well. Because remember, with the reverse grid, they're all trying to fight their way up. It's not been some of the domination driving that we have seen from drivers like Luca Rapassa or Angelo as well previously. So it means that they have to do some overtakes. They have to try and get on with this, and they are looking at a completely different race to what we've seen their teams deal with across the event so far. It is why it is such a special one, and it's great to have it at Monza because there are so many straights. There's plenty of chances to make late braking moves and to try and move forward in the way that Formula Kai is looking to do, and he moves up to 2nd place by the time he hits the anchors for time number 1, but he gets spun around and contact made as he got up to 2nd, and then is tagged straight away.
Not going to lose too much time, but will fall to the lower reaches of the top 10. There was a big battle going on behind. Eventually, it's D'Ortenzio that manages to pick the pocket of the McLaren and the Sauber, who in turn gain a place back from Formula Kai's mistake and misdemeanour and bit of contact that he was involved in the opening chicane. But the Aston Martin from 19th up to 6th now. Luca Rapassa from last, let's not forget, in that lead Alpine car. Now inside the top 4, and Formula Kai there cursing. He's like, will be a little bit unfortunate, I think is the best way to put it. Not too much he could have done about that one.
Yeah, not too much he could have done as well as they continue then pushing on. You've got Richins in the slipstream, 2 tenths behind. The driver who is on the hard compound of tyre looking to try and capitalise now as well as he runs, well, further into his stint, and he's going to have a great opportunity coming down towards the final corner. But then of course you get the DRS down the start finish straight, which is where you probably want to try and make the move. Talking about moves, Formula Kai is now doing that as he tries to recover all the way back up the positions that he lost.
So quick it out in front to the tune of 2.3 seconds at the start of lap number 7. Almighty scrap going on behind this quartet from 2nd down to 5th. Richins on the hard tyres will move up into 2nd. Luca Rapassa will follow in the footsteps of the Williams, and that's a couple of places lost there by the Mercedes. Back down to where they started this race and actually done a decent job of staying in this lead fight, albeit the Haas has been afforded the opportunity to stretch their legs out in front. D'Ortenzio not too far back, just under a second now between the 2nd Alpine and the charging Aston Martin, with Joseph clinging onto the coattails of the green machine as well in P6 and 7.
Yeah, so that is how the order runs there in the field. Lap number 7 out of 27 as well. We are continuously progressing our way through this race at a rapid rate, and it's, well, one of many races that are being held across this event. We are right now at 1,165 Great British pounds. Our goal, overall goal, is to be at 3.5k by the end of it. So continue pushing on with the donations, everyone. We've got some great incentives as well available, including, well, we've just had this reverse grid. That was one of them. And we're now going to be pushing on further because, of course, we want to see TK with the electric blue hair.
100%. Who doesn't want to see TK there? But Richins leaving scorch marks on the circuit. Absolutely rapid in second position. Just sliced the gap between themselves and Quick Ad in front. Now inside 1 second as the two Red Bull racing cars are going to swap places. Formula Kai recovering lost time up into position 8. Irons going to fall outside of the top 10 here because Felix won on the inside. Defensive shape is thrown, but I think there's Jot the Sauber's going to be able to do about it. Try and be brave under braking. Keep it in there for turn 2. Little bit of contact, not once but twice. Tyre to side pod, but eventually Felix won up inside the top 10 for the first time.
Yep, so into the top 10 they go as we make our way through. Richins has brought the gap back down as well between themselves and Quick did as well, because of course it was a 2-second gap earlier on. Now it is 0.5 of a second, and the slides that Quick did has just had is not going to be helping, and Richins' hard tyres are going to be working better and better and bringing themselves into play to try and hopefully make a move and become our newest leader here in the Italian Grand Prix.
Should be happening fairly quick shot. We're expecting this to just be a standard one-stop race, but it is Richins on the alternate strategy and still lighting up the timing pages on those white-walled hard compound tyres, doing an excellent job halving in 1 lap the deficit between themselves and Quicked, now slicing it down again to the tune of a further 0.8 of a second. You would imagine this is going to be a fairly standard move as we start lap number 9. The rear wing flap will open at the back of the beautiful bright blue Williams car, and will Quicked beat defenceless? Will they hold on to second position? That is the big question, because Rapassa's still quite there. The other Alpine moving forward, D'Amico up into P4, Ortenzio following in behind as FR has to lose a couple of places with the helping Ana DRS, for the two cars following in the footsteps as Joseph and Ienzi the first to jump into the pits for their regulation stop.
Yep, so they come into the pit lane. It was a question of where to look down the pit straight at Monza, because there was so much going on, so many different positions being traded by the drivers, and us continuing to be overwhelmed with the amount of action that we are getting. So we make our way now into Lismo 1 and 2. Angelo D'Ortenzio's next driver ahead is only 0.5 away, so let's see whether Angelo can try and go on the charge and continue his attack. Luca Rapassa is in that train for the lead, but as you mentioned, a few pit stops now beginning to come in, as also some battles do continue further back. That is Joseph just getting ahead of the 18 further back.
And this battle for 4th is going to continue on. D'Amico not going to get the DRS to Rapassa in front. That gap still hovering around 2 seconds. FR7's been dropped by this pair, but still within the 1 second window, but I don't think we'll be challenging on the run into turn 1. Rich is almost breaking the 1 second window to Quick. I think the Haas will have the helping hand of the DRS down the main straight, but could fall victim to the assault of Rapassa, and through goes the Alpine from last up to second in 10 laps. That is an elementary move, and D'Ortenzio also pushing one Alpine down as the other moves forward. D'Amico having to hand that one back.
Okay, Rapassa to second, D'Ortenzio to 4th. Those were the two moves that went on down that straight into the braking zone, and those have they have seen an exchange in position there. So we now find ourselves with Richins P1 to Rapassa, and then Quick did Angelo D'Ortenzio and D'Amico. That is your top 5. More pit stops continuing. Hanses and also Joseph Black have come in to also become our latest drivers to come into the pits.
100%. And Formula Kai recovering after that bit of contact going through the first chicane, taking leaps and bounds up towards the Mercedes of FR7. Started from P4, did the Merc, got up into second in the opening stanzas of this race. Just slowly filtered backwards as the big guns who started towards the back have made their way through. Now Kai looking to try and get himself back up inside the top 6, a place he was residing in the opening 3 or 4 laps before that contact that sent him down into the lower reaches of the top 10. You would imagine, unless the Mercedes peels off into the pits, this should be another fairly standard move. Should be indeed. Another easy overtake to come in. So we'll wait and see whether that is going to be exactly the case. Can Formula Kai possibly make an overtake? Well, FR7 is going to be coming into the pit lane that time by. And meanwhile, it is Angelo D'Ortenzio through into the first chicane on the circuit. So he makes the move and he gets past Quickdid, who drops down to P4. So it's D'Ortenzio to 3rd, now on the circuit. A lot of filtering for positions going on. Have to say, Rapasa doing a really strong job as well at this stage. You would expect the hard tyres that Richens has bolted to the Williams definitely superior compared to the 10-lap-old mediums, as D'Ortenzio gets a little bit wobbly and a little bit bouncy over the first sausage curb through the Della Roggia chicane, leading Quickett, who now has the Alpine of D'Amico to deal with Formula Kai a further 2 seconds back down the road. It's just a question now of when do these leaders decide to blink. Standard one-stop races, we said, medium hard or hard medium. Luca Rapasa will get that undercut on Richens, but the trade-off will be Richens will have the faster compound in the second half of the race.
Absolutely. It's now a case of, we've seen the overtaking, we've seen the battling come in between them, and now it is a case of when are we going to see pit stops come in, because that is going to be now the next big hurdle that will be coming, which can really change the race in some ways as well. D'Amico is continuing to run closely to Quickett, but I think we are getting a pit lane. We are getting a pit stop now coming from Luca Rapasa, Angelo D'Ortenzio, and Quickett and D'Amico. So a lot of them decide to come in, and Formula Kai too. So this is the lap where plenty of them choose to come into pit road.
D'Amico might get held a little bit here. Was about 2.5 seconds off the back of his teammate. Yes, just going to lose a little bit of time there, but not cataclysmic. May fall behind Formula Kai. Does fall behind Formula Kai, who files on through. And that is a freebie for the Red Bull driver. Part of the creator team, of course, as Joseph sets the fastest lap of the race. And that is the McLaren with the undercut, blasting down the main straight ahead of Quickett, ahead of FR7 and Formula Kai.
You mentioned how important it was, and there we go. A few positions then continuing to change as well. On lap number 12, as we've seen, some important pit stops then come into play. So it's Luca Rapasa who has got himself, who's the leader of the drivers who have come in, and then D'Ortenzio in a net second place at the moment, and then Joseph is ahead of Quickett, of course. Richens continuing to go on his hard compound of tyres, so he'll be taking this longer and then switching to a set of the mediums later on.
Interesting strategy here. Ienzi on the medium tyres. I can't remember if that Sauber started on the hard or the medium. I thought it might have been the medium for Ienzi, which would infer another stop has to be made to either put on the soft compound tyre or a set of hard tyres come the end of the race. Has just been overtaken as well by the second McLaren of Max L in the battle for 9th and 10th, with Felix One a further 2 seconds back down the road. Richens are going to carry on for the next few laps. Luca Rapasa 24 seconds off the back of the Williams, but Angelo D'Ortenzio was taking chunks of time out of Rapasa before the pit stop phase. Couldn't quite, though, break that 1 second barrier to get the helping out of the DRS.
Yeah, not quite. That is how the race looks as well in this phase. So still the 1 second gap, which now it's inside for Rapasa and D'Ortenzio as they come down into the first few corners. So now that gap is inside 1 second. But there'll be so many other drivers now looking to try just push a little bit on to recover and to make up for some of the gaps that have possibly began to come in due to the pit stops, because it can of course move the drivers about depending on when they decide to pit a lap earlier, a lap later as well. So many factors can change things up when it comes to pit stops, and then the drivers will now know what position they find themselves in at this phase of the race, and now they will know, barring any interruption later on, they've got to try and use this position and try to do something with it to score the maximum points for their team.
Joseph, the one in particular, looking at their 4 laps on their hard compound tyres, 3-lap undercut on Quickett, Formula Kai and D'Amico, 2 laps on FR7. Really, really good to get the track position, but that is a long old stint on the hard compound tyres. We know that they're strong on the F125 game, but will they be able to hold on? Will he be running on the rims of those come the end of the 27 laps? We'll have to wait and see, because we're only at half distance at the moment.
Yeah, only at half race distance, as you mentioned. So still we find ourselves with a lot, with plenty of racing to be had, and it's been an exciting duel at Monza so far between so many of the drivers. Fantastic racing they have delivered, and they will hopefully continuing to be doing that. They'll hopefully continue to doing that as well across the remainder as well, all the way up until lap number 27.
Excellent late braking move for INZ there, down the inside of Maxell, getting ninth place back within their grasp, although the McLaren trying to stay glued to the rear wing of that Sauber through Curva Grande, maybe fighting it to the outside into the Della Roggia. We have got a yellow flag out there, and that means that we are not going to have a safety car. I thought we were going to have a safety car then because it looked like they slowed down, but no, we continue as we were. While the INZ ahead of Maxell, Felix 1 and Nias just joining the back of this quartet battling in the low reaches of the top 10.
Yep, so that is how that currently looks as well as they make their way through, and you've got Felix Zone trying to actually make the move as well, momentarily 3 wide, and that could get very close to contact there as Max was just about hanging on to it, and the McLaren battling away with the kick Sauber, but they do get away with it, and that was a moment of brinkmanship as we went down to the Ascari chicane, but luckily all the drivers remain pointing in the right direction.
Somehow, Felix 1 rocketing around the outside. Then there was the meet in the middle of the pinch point between the McLaren and the Sauber. Almost both of them ending up in the gravel on the exit through Ascari Corner, on the entry, I should say, to Ascari Corner. But thankfully, pointing in the right direction, like you said. And now Felix 1 could be under pressure. The McLaren with DRS, the Red Bull with DRS as well. Very tight, tucked up underneath one another into the braking zone of the Rettifilo chicane. But still, as we were, Mercedes, McLaren, Red Bull, Sauber in this quartet. 6.5 seconds off the back of the group in front, led, of course, by the other McLaren of Joseph, using the undercut to good effect to get the track position.
We've just had some donations come in as well. So that means that we have now unlocked the 2 1-hour coaching sessions that will be available by SRC. So that is fantastic. And it means next on our list is directly TK dyeing his hair electric blue. So thank you very much for the donation as well by the person who did it that time and yes, we are very much on the run up, so thank you and keep donating, everyone. You can see the QR code directly below the track map, and also the link is in the live chat.
And I can shout them out. Phase Chinchilla, £120. That is exceptional work. Thank you so much for that. That will go a long, long way to helping people who very much need it. Richins, race leader, into the pits, gets shot of the hard tyres, jump onto a set of the mediums. Won't want to be in this train behind Joseph in the McLaren, but unfortunately for the Williams, it's going to be spat out of the pit lane right in the thick of it. And boy, do they know it. Through goes the Mercedes of FR7 as well. Going to fight this down the inside into one, though. Cold medium tyres, bouncing over the sausage curve as FR7 could have held on to that 5th position, but the scrabbling for grip on the exit of turn 2 affords the Williams the opportunity to fly back around the outside of Curva Grande.
Yep, so fantastic racing now going on. Formula Kai in the mix, looking to try and just get ahead of FR7, and they do so indeed. So very much interesting stuff as they made their way by. But yes, it is Formula Kai, then P6. Richards directly ahead in P5. And they are also trying to give chase to Quick Dead and also Joseph, who's running in that 3rd position on his older hard compound of tyres.
Through comes Richins around the outside. Doesn't even need the braking zone for the Ascari chicane. That is another one checked off the list for the driver that was leading in the first half of this race. Gone for the alternate strategy. He's currently 4 seconds away from Luca Ripassa, with Angio D'Ortenzo right in that battle as well. Just 3/4 of a second off the back of Luca Ripassa, jinking around there. Quicker trying to maybe just spook Richards into a mistake into the braking zone of Parabolica, or Curva Alboreto as it is known now. As we power out foot flat to the floor coming out of the final corner, this should be a very easy manoeuvre for the Williams to get back up into 3rd position. And is Joseph not going to fight that one too hard? Wants to make sure they keep hold of 4th place, and does. Quicked not close enough to make any real impression on the McLaren.
So the expected move did take place as they made their way over the line and towards the braking zone. So yes, Richards now running in 3rd position. And meanwhile, you've got Luca Rapasso and Angelo D'Ortenzio, 7/10 of a second, 1st and 2nd for them. So that could be a battle that runs all the way till the end. Richards will want to be a part of it, as well as he's on that medium compound of tyre and will look to try and give chase. And then you've got the rest of them all running closely. So you've got a bit of a train right now that was for P3, more likely now to become for 4th and downwards. Just trying to hang on to the DRS, but you can assume that if Richards does get a good couple of corners, he'll be able to break clear.
Richards romping along now, the gap between themselves and D'Ortenzo. Now just 2 seconds. That has been sliced by the tune of 1 second on this lap alone. Yes, there was a little bit of a helping hand from the DRS down the main straight, but those medium tyres lighting up the timing charts as you would expect with Joseph now 1.1 away from the Williams and will be vulnerable under the microscope once again on the run into turn 1, the Rettifilia chicane. We have to say it's done a really good job so far of keeping those drivers behind at arm's length. And Formula Kai with a bit of a scruffy final sector, now nearly a second off the back of the Haas, having to throw the defensive shape. That doesn't put Quicket off though. Bit of a jink over, bit of contact into the braking zone, trying to hang it around the outside. Is there the space for Joseph to keep their foot in it through 2, struggling for grip on the exit and handing 4th place over to the Haas of Quicket, with Kai now very much in this battle as well. Scratch that, almost on the grass around the outside of Curva Grande. Joseph not going down without a fight here, but Kai somehow emerges there from the cover, jumps down the inside of the McLaren, spooks him there, and that is a freebie for Formula Kai. Excellent opportunism, and now looking racy on the back of the Haas, diving to the inside of the first Lesmo. That's brave from Joseph, fighting every position like it's for the win, but Kai on the run into Lesmo too has that one covered, and Joseph almost drops it on the exit of the corner.
If they leave a gap open for each other, well, the other driver will not need any invitation, and that's what we're seeing as well. They're all on the attack. D'Amico has been able to move up to 7th position there, so they've made another overtake. Joseph running in P6. Formula Kai looked to try and make a double overtake. Unfortunately, couldn't get there for themselves, but they are still in a good position. They're P5, and they're only 2/10 away from getting past and moving up to 4th. So, all to play for as we make our way out of the final corner, and Joseph not with the best traction. And D'Amico has been able to move up and past into 6th place as they come over the line, but Joseph will get the chance and the right to reply down the straight. Let's see whether there's going to be a repass. Doesn't look like it, so they'll go back to single file formation. Joseph, though, under braking, though, is going to be able to fight it and be able to try and turn it into drag race, but not if he's got that traction off the corner.
You can see the tyre disadvantage starting to show there as Formula Kai disposes of Quicket in front, up to P4 now for Kai, where he was running in the opening 3 laps. Joseph is now eventually going to fall to the back of this group of cars on the oldest tyres, put up some show and some fight, box office battling going on, but eventually is relegated to the rear of this train. As look at that down the inside to Maiko, picking the pocket of the Haas of Quicket, who was slightly wide there, maybe lagging as well, desyncing FR7, fancying a piece of the action into Lesmo 2, losing 1 place into Lesmo 1. Do we lose a second into Lesmo 2? Well, Quicket does a very good job of hanging it around the outside. All 3 of these cars with DRS, they might be 3 wide as we go under the Motorola barrier, but no, it is Quicket in 6th, ahead of Joseph, ahead of FR7, with now D'Amico comfortably in front of them, and the 3-second penalty there for FR7. Not going to affect their finishing position at this stage with their teammate 4 seconds just under off the back of them.
Yeah, as well at the moment, so Black gets a penalty too, so plenty of penalties beginning to come in for the drivers as they look to push the margins beyond right now here at Monza as we enter towards the final stages. Overtaking continuing. It is overtaking central here as Quick moves past D'Amico, who drops down to 6th position as Quick moves up to P5. There was a chance to try and make an overtake for FR7, but couldn't quite get there that time by the driver now, who has a penalty in the field 2, but it is 6:10. So we've not mentioned the leaders. Angelo Diotentio is fine sitting there because he knows that he can buy this time and wait for a chance later on. Richins has kind of also consolidated the gap pretty much. It's remaining now at 2 seconds, but he's got a big margin of 4.6 directly behind to Formula Kai.
Richards has stalled out though. I would have expected that gap was still 2 seconds 3 or 4 laps ago when they got past this train and managed to drop them out of his DRS range. So those medium tyres maybe not working as nicely for them as they would have expected. Quicket loses another spot. Through goes the Alpine of D'Amico down on the run into the Ascari chicane. That was fairly easy with the helping hand of the DRS and a bit of slipstream to boot as well. Now Quicket can get embroiled and engaged once again with Joseph and FR7, and those 3 have been joined at the hip pretty much for the last 3 or 4 laps. D'Amico will be looking to try and scamper off into the distance, but it will be the Haas that will have the advantage of the slipstream and the DRS compared to the Alpine coming out of Curva Alboreto. So might be under the cosh once again. Another poor run, and that's actually into the pits there for Joseph, so getting shot of those hard compound tyres, committing to the 2-stop. Quicket back through, doesn't need the braking zone of the first chicane, reclaims that 5th spot.
Yeah, didn't require it, did he? Already was way through by the time they even prepared to brake. That was the amount of overspeed they had. Now Richard's beginning actually to close the gap back in, so very nearly into that 1 second, which is critical. So maybe the medium's now beginning, and he wants to push directly himself too, because now he is inside the 1 second, so he's been able to take a couple of tenths in the last few sectors really of the gap, and now is very much finding himself as a contender near the front of the field. So a 3-car train at the front in the battle for the lead around Monza for this race. So let's see who is going to take it. It's going to be fantastic to watch all the way until the end. And of course, in the meantime, we've got the battle that's going on in the mid-pack all the way through down to the bottom of the field to keep ourselves entertained with. And the two Joseph switch positions. It is going to be Joseph Black who loses out with his 11-lap-old hard compound of tyres.
Joseph McLaren, I should say. Joseph 1, we could call them. Joseph 9405 on those brand new medium tyres, going to be romping through the field at quite the rate of knots. Now all over the back of Jess Ball in the Miami liveried Racing Bulls car. Got so much more traction, but this is the double-edged sword. Do you go for the move now and use the tyres, or do you wait and use the DRS? Yes, is opting to stay behind. There was a threat, wasn't there? Don't want to get slipstreamed back past and then you're just wasting all of your tyres tucked up behind a slower car in front. But a bit of a wobble for Jess Ball coming through the Parabolica will hand 12th place on a plate to Joseph. And I think the McLaren will be the one with the DRS, although no, I think it's Jess Ball, so not timed particularly well there for Joseph. So this battle will rage on again down into the first chicane, where they will go into combat once more with the tyre advantage though. Joseph comfortably down the inside to hold on to that 12th position. They're going to be trying to charge back towards those top 10 spots.
Yep, so the commentary team there losing out and dropping down to 13th position as well. But let's see whether Jess will be able to try and hang on in there. Of course, she doesn't have a penalty as well, and a few drivers ahead do currently have that at the moment. And Joseph already on the attack of the Ferrari. Now it's going to get super tight through Lismo 1, and he is going to be in 11th as Hans's runs slightly wide and touches the gravel momentarily. So very, very much deep into the corner. But that is how that battle then unfolds and currently concludes. But right now, anything can happen, and with more DRS zones, it can switch once again, as Hanses does actually pick up a 3-second time penalty. But at the front of the field, it is getting super, super tight. 0.2 of a second momentarily was the gap. Richins to D'Ortenzio.
On the charge, 5 to go. Rapassa, D'Ortenzio, Richins first, second, third, top two on the same aged hard compound tyres. Richins on newer mediums had a little look, didn't he? Dangled the nose to the inside of the Della Roggia chicane, laying his cars down already on the table that is the Autodromo de Monza circuit. And suddenly D'Ortenzio driving in the mirrors a little bit there, slightly late on the brakes into Lesmo 1. There's actually Richins that runs a little bit wide through Lesmo 1 and hands that time back. Latest donation, Alex Jurek with £4.20. Thank you very much to that one. Threat to track safety.
Yep, so the gaps are beginning to close in at the front, aren't they? It is 0.2 now between the top two, and Angelo D'Ortenzio will be getting a push because he knows that Richins is directly there. Perfect time for everyone to let us know your predictions in the live chat, because we have only got a couple more laps to go until we can crown another winner, and we'll see what impact it has on the championship standings. Of course, we're coming off a race which has half points due to the game desyncing, so all of this is very much important and critical. So it is so important for the teams and drivers to maximize as well out of this race, as it is for each race, because it's been so close in the standings so far. So all the rounds will count until we get to Spa, and then we'll be able to crown our winner.
D'Ortenzio still looking pretty happy just to sit in the spectator role of position 2, ducking and weaving behind the Alpine of Rapassa, but once again had so much of an overspeed gain going down the main straight, didn't want it into the first chicane, didn't want it into the second chicane either. Richins wasn't really there to make any impression. Those medium tyres will be second hand at this stage, as will the hards, but only 4-lap difference. You'd expect by the time, well, maybe even now, but definitely by the time we get to lap 27, the hard tyres probably levelling out with the mediums, maybe even a little bit better. Is this the time we go for it? You bet your bottom dollar it is. Down the inside, don't need the braking zone into Ascari. And the lead changes hands for the first time in quite a while. Rapassa bumped down into second, and we'll see what D'Ortenzio's got now that he's got free clear.
Yeah, so he's made the move and he's taken control now of this race. And Rapassa's got second. Richins in third position, still just right now being a bystander in this battle and looking to try and see and watch on to see what impact it is going to have. But as we make our way through on lap number 25, 3 to go, including this one, and it's another race. It's another race which is seeing a battle go all the way until the end. We've had a couple of races which have had some dominations, but not when you've got two PCF2 PSGL champions on the grid. Luca Rapassa, of course, most recently the champion. Angelo Di Ortenzio, champion in season 40, and we can't, of course, forget his championship that he had in season 38, the only two-time champion of the second tier in PSGL on the PC side. Angelo Di Ortenzio has proven himself time and time again, but Luca Rapassa, who's just most recently won the crown, is going to look to try and beat him. And Richins also just right now waiting and trying to watch and see what is going to unfold to see whether he can play any part in this battle.
I think Richards is starting to struggle though. Lit up the rear tyres on a couple of occasions, notably coming through turn 2. The exit of the Rettifilia chicane dropped a couple of tenths to the duo in front. Those medium tyres maybe just begging for a little bit of mercy. They've been put to hard work in the last 5 or 6 laps to get up with this leading duo. Has he got the tyres left to challenge in the remaining 2 and a bit laps we have got left? Rapassa, less than half a second off the back of De Ortenzio through Curva Alberetta. Richards now outside the 1 second window. He could be baying adieu to this lead fight with 2 to go. 1.2 back, not going to get the DRS. Here's Rapassa closing, gaining all the time. There is a back marker in front, but that shouldn't put off the Aston Martin of De Ortenzio on this occasion. But going into the first braking zone of lap 26, it is still the Aston Martin ahead of the Alpine.
So still formation flying, as you mentioned, at the front. 0.4 of a second, but you can tell that Luca Rapassa is just keeping the gap closed because he'll want a little bit of an attack to come in, and he'll want to be as close as possible. Full set attack to be possible.
Yellow flag out through the final corner. One of the McLarens looping it round. I think it's Max L. Well, no, maybe Joseph actually on those brand new medium compound tyres that could have got them a spot inside the top 10. But with that mistake, looping it round, losing 5 seconds or so, maybe put pain to that, although the drivers in 9th and 10th, both with penalties, but nearly 9 seconds in between them. Helping hand there for Di Ortenzio with the DRS from the back marker. That is not going to be good news for Luca Rapassa, who is running out of opportunities, but they will definitely present themselves on the final lap of this race. The gap just a third of a second through the Ascari chicane.
It is all to play for, and just as it is about to take place, quick mention to you, it has just been decided that at £1,300 we will be having a full wet race. Of course, there was a big margin to get to TK's new colour that we are recommending of the electric blue, so we've just put something in the middle. So if you want that to be the case, make sure to donate. But we've got a battle for the lead at the front as we go on to lap number 27 out of 27. Rapassa getting closer to Angelo Di Ortenzio. Is there the late lunge? Of course there is. It gets really close into the braking zone, but Di Ortenzio hangs on and he survived the first threat on the circuit.
Rapassa didn't quite have the closing speed to really lunge it up the inside and get level with the Aston Martin at the apex of turn 1. This is going to continue out of Curva Grande into the second chicane. Does Rapassa want it? Yes, they do. Look to the inside. Who's brave around the brakes this time? A little bit tight through the apex of turns 4 and 5. Big snap of oversteer. Armful of opposite lock for Rapassa out of the chicane. And 0.4 per second. Still the margin between the Green Machine and the Enstone base charger behind. Felix 1 getting ahead of their teammate in the battle. I should say stablemate, realistically. The two Mercedes cars not working as a team though. Quarter of a second separating. The penalty would have bumped FR7 down, but this is Angelo Di Ortenzio. I think should have this one covered. Final DRS straight has been and gone as we go through Ascari for the final time. An almighty scrap between the duo. It could have been a 3-horse race, but Richard's medium tyres letting go with a couple of laps remaining, dropping 3 seconds to this lead battle. But Di Ortenzio made the move, punchy move with a few to go, and it's going to hold this one through Parabolica in the battle between the PSGL, PSF2, PCF2 champions, I should say. It is Di Ortenzio that comes out on top. Rapassa half a second further back, and then Rich is a distant third in the end.
Home winner in the name of Angelo Di Ortenzio. He wins his home race as well, and well, does a lot of good for his team in the championship standings. Fantastic racing at Monza. That was absolutely thrilling, but we've still got a long way to go. But what another great race we have had.
Indeed, with the reverse championship order grid as well. Behind them, Formula Kai in 4th had some really strong pace. What could have been maybe a podium if it hadn't have been for that contact early on. Quicken in P5, good performance from the Haas ahead of D'Amico. Felix 1, FR7, Neis and Joseph does by just over a tenth of a second, sneak inside the top 10. Maxell, Jess Ball just behind him, 13th ahead of Henzis. Diotenzio has left the session. Ignore that. They did win the race, even though they're going to get bumped down because the game says no. And it will be Joseph Black. Last one over the line on the soft compound tyres, rounding Curva Alberetta for the last time to take home a P17.
Absolutely. Well, the two drivers that I kind of predicted to be able to fight their way to the top kind of did as well. So I guess I kind of sound very clever. I know what I'm talking about as well. But yes, it was quite expected that we were going to see Diotenzio and Luca Rapasa get through, and they did it in a brilliant fashion and gave themselves a long time to duel it out to settle who was going to win it. But it was always going to come down to the 27th and final lap, and it did, and it was played perfectly by the Italian driver Angelo Diotenzio, who has come over the line and won as well his home race at Monza as we conclude another great contest.
We do indeed. It was Diotenzio, even though the timing balls will not set. The awards, by the way, race winner wasn't Luca Rapasa. Driver of the day probably was Luca Rapasa. Started last up to 20th, 19th to 1st. Maybe give it to Diotenzio. Most overtakes and cleanest driver go to Rapasa as well. Although it'd be interesting to know what the game would have given if Diotenzio was there. And fastest lap for Richens as well, who put in a good showing there in the Williams. And you can see there, Formula Kai 4th. This is going to be confusing to try and read this out. Quicker D'Amico, Felix 1, FR7As, and Joseph, your top 10 finishes. Just ahead, Antonio Bove, Maxell, Jess Ball, Hansis, Aenzi, Drad, Joseph Black, then Diotenzio, who was actually first. Ignore that one. The A-team who dropped it in the opening stages, Axel and My Little Piggy, rounding out your runners. But another very exciting one, like you said, and Monza definitely delivering as we were expecting.
Monza delivering the goods once again, and who would have thought it would be anything other than that as well. So that was fantastic, and another race ticked off the 21 list.
100%. And next up, you've got an interesting one, because we head back over to North America. Canada is on the offing, and it's going to be full wet. We know the track limits are difficult around that circuit, and that is going to make it, well, interesting, I think is the best way to describe it. That could be an absolute barnstorm, and make sure you tune in for that one. Omi, pleasure to jump in with you. Any last words before we say goodbye to the rainbow-coloured wig for a few hours? Or are you staying on? You might be staying on, actually.
I'm staying on for 2 more. So yes, I've got 3 in a row, and then I'll be back later on as well at 5 a.m. at Baku. In terms of, to answer the question about the jumping jack star jumps, that is happening. That is happening at some point in between one of these races as well. I'm on for 3, so don't worry, I'm not going anywhere. And then you also have me at Baku, so do not worry, you are going to be getting it, everyone.
Look forward to that one. That's going to be exciting, I'm sure. We're going to have a small intermission now as we hand over to the next commentary team coming in. I think it is Alex Backnell coming back in to join yourself, Omi. But until we do head over to Canada in a few moments, we'll be back very shortly.
boys and girls, I am back. Omi's back with the big, colourful wig, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very jealous of that one. And it's full wet Canada. What are we saying? How we're feeling?
What is there not to love about the next 40 minutes or so? It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely fantastic as well. So we're going to be having a wet race. Of course, we have 3 a.m. Monaco still coming up. And in between that, we'll also have a trip to Australia. But yes, for now, in this moment, we're getting all set and ready to get going around Montreal.
We are indeed. And shall we tell them what our plans is for our individual what should we call it? I don't even know what to say, but individual things that we're going to do after each race. I'll be starting with yours.
Yeah, individual shenanigans, I guess we could probably say. But yes, do not worry. I've not forgotten about star jumps, jumping jacks, whatever you want to call them. I will be doing them after this race at Canada. Okay, me and Alex are together for the next 2 races, so it's a perfect time to get that in. So we'll do that in between. So straight after Canada, once that's done, we'll be basically doing that, and then, well, you'll be doing something, Alex, next straight after Australia, and I'll be, I guess, doing something as well alongside you.
Yeah. So the plan is, I'm going to do a little sing along for you after Australia because that's my final stint. So at whatever time it is when Australia finishes at about 2:30, tune in because we're going to have a great sing along. We're going to have a great sing along. Trust me. Trust the process. It better be wham. It's not going to be wham, but it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
But yeah, and we're going to get some star jumps out of Omi as well, are we?
Yes, absolutely.
We've got to do
And then
it.
while you're singing, and while you're singing, I'll just be, dancing, keeping everyone encouraged. Just creating the atmosphere as well,
Yeah.
assisting with that, which I'm sure your singing will do enough of. But I'll just be there, I guess, to
Absolutely.
assist with that.
Right, that's going to be a barrel laughs anyway when we get into that. We'll head to the pre-race screens. I think we are just starting to get into the lobby for full wet Canada, so let's have a look at who's in this lobby as well. Nathan Richards is driving in full wet Canada. I bet he's going to really, really enjoy this one. And yeah, we're just loading in now. So, I mean, what's your predictions heading in to what might just be a very, very chaotic race?
Well, the easy thing to say is just Nathan Richards is probably gonna either bin it or track limits or something of that description. I was basically kind of engineering him when he was getting 24 seconds of penalties in F2 Mexico a few moments ago. So I've already seen what has been going on behind the wheel by him, and seeing his opinions while racing. So he's been looking forward now to getting back into the F1, which he can feel more confident in. Wet weather, though, I'm not as sure, which is why I'm just going to, easily just violate the commentator's team, even though I'm meant to be supporting them, which I am, but I don't know how much hope I have in him, so.
Yeah, I wonder how many track limits we're going to get at turn 13 and turn 14 for the champions. I think on this one-shot qualifying, I think it's just going to get to the end of qualifying, it's just going to be invalidation. But we'll wait and see. We'll see what happens there. Qualifying and one-shot qualifying will begin in around 20 seconds time. And yeah, Canada, I think without it being wet is quite a tricky one for overtaking and track action in general. You can have some really solid races where on the final lap there's drama down to literally the line. But anyways, yeah, let's get into qualifying and let's see who can take pole for the Canadian Grand Prix in round number 11. Here we go.
Question. Time to find out as the drivers begin their flying laps, and their one and only lap they get in these wet conditions. So let's see who's going to be able to wrestle their car all the way to the top, and as we mentioned, keep it within the white lines at the same time of doing so as well.
Oh, absolutely. As we fly around Canada, and Angelo D'Hortensio currently rounding out in P1 in full wet conditions as we fly through turn number 6 into turn number 7. Angelo D'Hortensio still in the lead, and it is very, very tricky out there, out on the track at the minute. And I mean, this is unbelievable circumstances to racing. This would definitely get red flagged in real life by the FIA. Ooh, nearly cut in the corner there, Angelo. on the entry to turn number 8 and 9, but we're going to fly into turn number 10 and have it on the brakes. Down to second, literally throwing the car in, hoping it drifts around in a good manner. And D'Hortensio is flying out front at the moment. Gabor Santos is quite close, pretty neck and neck as we head down to turn number 13 and turn number 14. But the final 2 corners, the final chicane into the Wall of Champions. Who can take pole position? Is it going to be D'Hortensio? Is anybody else going to snatch it away like Gabor Santos or MC Jammy Dodger himself? Across the line we go. It is D'Hortensio who takes pole by around 0.3 of a second. Gabor Santos in P2, then Jammy Dodge, then Jerome, and we'll read the rest in a second. But yeah, nice easy lap there for the man on pole position. Angelo D'Hortensio has done it in full wet conditions.
In the dry in Monza in his home race, and now it's come over to Canada and wiped the floor with the field once again, and he'll be on pole alongside Gabor.
Mega job from Gabor Santos as well, to be honest. 0.6 away from MC Jammy himself in P3, but D'Hortensio takes it by 2.5 of a second, and the grid is separated by an absolute mile. Jerome Len 1.8 back from D'Hortensio, then Joseph E. Walker, then Franick, and I think that's Gizzoni. I think it is. I've seen him before, but I'm a Yorkshire man and I struggle with pronunciation, so we know what I'm like. And that's why me and Corey struggled in our last race in Miami. 2 northern people together with name pronunciations is never a good idea. Anyways, we head to the grid, and obviously not a long run down to turn number 1, so the launch off line is going to be very important. The lack of wheel spin is going to be very important. So I'll have to see what happens. And yeah, who do you think is going to win?
Well, judging by what he's so far been able to do, I'm going to say Angelo D'Hortensio, because in the F2 days when I commentated on him, you know, taking poles and winning, I could easily just predict him and he would just go out there and do it. So I'm gonna hope that the same thing still applies a few months on, and the same logic just, you know, works. So I guess as I predicted Monza correctly, I'm just gonna, you know, go with the same thing. You know, get the predictions nice, and in early as well.
Yeah, absolutely no-brainer, I think. I mean, it could be a close battle with Gabor Santos at the front as well with Angelo D'Hortensio. He didn't do it bad in qualifying, might have just made an odd error, but yeah, D'Hortensio is obviously he's quite a fast name in esports overall. So yeah, let's see how he does as we head to the lights here in Montreal in full wet conditions. And the silence breaks, and the battle begins. It's a jump off the line, drive-through penalty for Joseph, who flies into the lead, but Angelo D'Hortensio gets a great start on the route down to turn number 1. And Gabor Santos in behind now, fighting for position with MC Jammy Dodge round the outside. His car's absolutely everywhere on the exit of turn number 2. Joseph with that drive-through penalty. That'll have to be served in 3 laps' time. Says it's the fastest lap, but that's EA doing EA things. Then everyone through pretty nice. I think E. Walker might have had an off in that first sector, but his car's separated by quite a while, to be honest, through the grid. Already gaps forming in these wet conditions as Tamas Kokeni falls back in the first sector from the front pack, but the top 5 pretty neck and neck, and obviously Joseph has to come in to serve that penalty.
Yep, so he jumped the start, and it was a bolt from the orange to the front, but it will not be lasting for long. Now, you've got D'Hortensio on the inters, Gabor's on the inters as well, and you've got a few more drivers who are on those intermediates, rest on the full wet. So you might throw a full wet condition for the drivers, but they're obviously still going to differentiate with some of the tyres they're going for as well, as we see some battles further back.
Yeah, absolutely. Apologies for the graphic on the top of the screen. It says fastest lap Joseph drive-through penalty infringement. I don't think that's a valid fast lap time. Not gonna lie to you. But anyway, I don't know where it's gonna go. I'm trying to get rid of it, but it's not going anywhere. But anyway, Angelo D'Hortensio in the lead. Jammy Dodge making a move down inside on Gabor Santos. It's pretty neck and neck, the VCAB and the Alpine, but the VCAB gets through and Jammy Dodge gets into P3 and net P2. Gabor Santos in P4 at the moment. Let's see if he can push on Tamas Kokeni going down the inside at turn number 4 and does it pretty well and gets through on Jerome Len. Strong move, quite bold where he did it, but got the move done.
Yep. The outcome, I guess, is the important one, and the outcome is that he was able to get it done. So, let's see now how this one is going to play out, as Angelo Di Hortensio on those intermediates is going to lose out to McJammy, who's going to move through into the braking zone of turn number 8, and now will make his way down towards turn 10 as well, and towards the end of the lap. And Thomas Korkenny is trying to also make a move down the inside and sends the car in and finds himself in P4. So nicely done as well.
Yeah, a lot of sends early on in the lap. The midfield fight is obviously quite big as well. There's Nathan Richards looking for a move on Efsadar Pinnock. And then obviously Jubal trying to get involved too. These cars absolutely everywhere, 3 wide on the exit of turn number 10 as we make our way down to turn number 13 and turn number 14. It's still side by side with Pinnock, and he's trying to make a move on Kev the Slice, who's holding the pack up inside line for Nathan Richards. He makes the move at the wall of champions. It's tapping on the rear, it's struggling on the rear, and also Pinnock very, very, very close there to being in the wall. But at the moment, Doom NY trying to make a move. Pinnock losing all sorts of places to everyone around him, making too many errors in these wet conditions. Gets forced around the track. It's 3 wide on the exit. That's June NY, Jubal, E-Walker side by side. Inside line for Pinnock as we fly through the first sector, and the Aston Martin keeps the place, but it's so close. This car's absolutely everywhere. Obviously, DRS won't be enabled, so they'll have to make moves in anywhere they possibly can just to get the car in front and push on from there. But it's just proving if you keep the car between the white lines and consistent, that's where you're going to make up the time so far.
Yep, absolutely. It is where you're going to be able to try and find a step forward. And of course, you're seeing so many sends due to the factor that you mentioned of no DRS for these drivers, and they're all fighting away with the car as well. So it is very much turning into an interesting race and an interesting contest as it gets super tight under braking there. Rio Harris has lost a position and they've dropped down to 19th, so they've lost out there on the intermediate compound of tyre. And finally, at the front of the field, Joseph comes into the pit lane to serve their drive-through.
Yes, and finally we've got rid of the top of the screen saying he's got a drive-through penalty fastest lap, which is absolutely fantastic. I'm glad it's gone, to be honest. Anyway, Joseph in the pit lane to serve that, which is absolutely brilliant. Then Gabor Santos in behind Angelo Di Hortensio at the moment, still pretty much neck and neck out on track. And Jamie Dodge out of nowhere is setting some really solid pace here.
Yep, setting some very good pace indeed at the moment in this early phase of the contest as they look to try and get themselves embedded in. And all eyes and all focus on the bigger picture and towards the end of this race. But of course, you've got to be careful and you've got to be cautious if you want to find yourself in that position later on as well. So that is just something to consider, as the top two very much close together, and then they've got a 1.7 second gap back to Angelo Di Hortensio and Gabor, who find themselves together. So a few little gaggles and battles have developed as well, spread out across the field, and that's what happens when it is no DRS, meaning that you've not got the DRS train holding everyone together.
Yeah, obviously the intermediate call by Angelo, Gabor Santos and Jerome Lennon is probably making them struggle in this phase. The wets do seem a little bit quicker. And also, we've got a donation from Mr. Ben Huskins, £50. Thank you very much, Mr. Ben. And that puts us up to £1,376 overall. Thank you so much. And this is why we can prove the community comes together. We can make great things happen. And it's such a great event every single year. And it's great to see everyone coming together to bring such a good donation for such a good cause. And Ben, thank you very much, my very good pal up the road, Mr. Ben Huskins, £50. Appreciate it, my friend.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. And we are getting even closer, dangerously closer now, to getting Mr. Tom Knight some electric blue hair for him to walk into work with. We're getting very close now.
That's brilliant. I'd love to see that. I'd absolutely love to see that. That'd make my day. Seeing Nathan with pink hair, PK with blue. I mean, it's just like, it's absolutely brilliant, and that's just what I love to see. Ben in the chat, looking forward to Monaco. Yeah, I think he is driving that as well. He's Husky for Efsadar, so good luck for that one, my friend, at 3 in the morning. But anyway, chaps, we've got a bit of action further back. E. Walker and Kev the Slice fighting out there. Jubal making a move as well. Kev has done well to try and defend, but obviously at the moment these guys just flying through. And Kev's still trying to battle out on track at the moment. At the front though, Jamie Dodge and Tamash Kokeni closing together. And at the moment, I mean, do you think it could go to winter's conditions, or it should be just full wet, shouldn't it? So you've got to think now, the Hortensio, Santos are both going to struggle at this phase in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, the weather will realistically stay the same. Of course, the game may, well, show us a different picture as well from our view, but the game is realistically the game. It can be very different for what the drivers are dealing with. So yeah, it's all about what tires work. But yeah, we'll have the same full wet conditions, lots of rain pouring down on this circuit. Of course, same will be taking place at Monaco. Later on, that'll be at 3 a.m. Make sure you're sticking around for that. We always love the 3 a.m. Monaco race, and we do it every single year for a reason at that precise time. It is always a thriller, and we still have that to come. And also, you know, myself and Nathan Richards have very much been talking highly about Baku at 5 a.m, which is quite also underrated, and one that you should also try and keep an eye on. Basically, what I'm telling you in short is, just stay awake. Just stay awake.
Yeah,
stay
don't take your eyes off it. Don't take your eyes off it. There's no point in taking your eyes off it, really. He's absolutely kicking off here, by the way. Jubal, E. Walker, and June NY are absolutely going neck and neck and neck in all these fights here. Jubal nearly went for an absolute heroic switchback, but didn't make it stick. We got a look to the front as Tamash Kokeni went for a dive on MC Jammy Dodge down at turn number 1. It's close between the pairing, but Tamash Kokeni makes the move and takes the lead of the race on lap number 7. This race is actually playing out to be a lot better than we thought. A lot of action in the early stages, a lot of moves being made, and it's still proving tricky for a lot of drivers out there.
Yeah, the top two, they were touching each other basically for an entire lap. They were so close together. And, you know, sending it in, dive bombing, and then finally the positions have exchanged as Tamas does get himself to the lead. And now we'll look to try and consolidate it and try and pull away. But them two battling is allowing Diotentio and also Gabor to try and get closer and closer and closer, and also make it a 4-car battle at the front on lap number 7 out of 35.
Yeah, absolutely. And when are we going to see the pit stops as well? We've got to keep that in mind in this race. Obviously, you don't theoretically have to pit, but I've got to think Angelo, Gabor on the intermediate tyres, they're going to want to come onto wet tyres as soon as they possibly can. But to be honest, it seems like they might have found a bit of pace in the last few laps. They've been matching and actually beating few lap times of Jamie and Tamash at the front, so maybe the track is just getting rubbered in a bit at this phase. Maybe they've had a bit of experience in wet conditions where the track does start to have a bit more of a drier line. As there to prove it, Angelo D'Hortensio, a 23.7, sets the fastest lap on intermediates.
Yeah, so of course you've got a bit of a racing line beginning to form, which they wouldn't have had when we started racing here in Canada. So that's of course playing a part. Into the pit lane comes Nathan Richards too, as well as he comes in for the commentary team. But yeah, the Inter's now beginning to actually just work that little bit more. So it is putting them a little bit quicker at certain parts, and it means that they are very much in with the fight between our top two.
Yeah, it's going to make it interesting to see if they can fly through. But it's only lap 8 out of 35, so got quite a long way to go. And in terms of pit stops as well, Nathan has came in relatively early, and yeah, so there is actually quite a mixed bag out there. I think Nathan's came in to come onto the Inters at this phase because he realised that obviously the quicker tyre at the moment. We've got a battle here forming with Joseph, Jerome and Medal on the route down to turn number 10. It's very close between the lot. Looking to the inside is the Red Bull of Jerome. Len makes a move on Medal. So does Joseph, following him through on the exit of turn number 10. And the Haas, a bit of a sitting duck at the moment. He's got the outside line for the Wall of Champions. If he can hold it, he's done quite well to get back in front of Jerome then too. Joseph also going side by side, and it's very close between the lot, but it's going to end up in the way it started, apart from Joseph making a move on Jerome. But this battle, it's been quite heated out there. These three matching pace and swapping positions lap on lap, and the battle for P5 is absolutely roaring at this phase. But the other battle we need to keep a slow eye on, one of my left eyes on, is a top 4 battle, because that battle for the lead is well and truly on as Tamash Kokeni picks up a penalty as well.
Yep, so he gets a time penalty too, but as Angelo D'Hortensio has proven, and also Gabble across their races in this event so far. You leave a gap open for them, they are going to take it. And they have definitely been providing that so far, and very much can do so once again. So if they've got a bit of an open door, because of course you're not really going to get much of a slam dunk overtake here with the DRS, because there is no DRS in these conditions, meaning that they are going to have to try and experiment and look for something different and try and possibly make some moves as well. And could this be a moment to make the move, because this is one of the closest it has been between second and third, and Angelo Di Hortensio definitely tucked in the wheel tracks. He'll pull alongside and we look to have that move done, as Medal is also getting past Joseph. So Di Hortensio does actually make it a simple move in the end, gets it slowed down and makes his way through in second place. And Medal is still going wheel to wheel with Joseph. Not for long though, he's got ahead.
Yeah, Medal does get back ahead. He's doing quite well to defend from these guys behind. Gabor Santos just sets the fastest lap as well, so he's going to be putting pressure on MC Jammy Dodge in P3, but he's only 6 tenths away from Di Hortensio as well if he does get through at this phase. He doesn't want to let Di Hortensio fly too far away, but luckily Tamas Kokeni is in the lead and he might hold him up just a little bit more as well. And yeah, so far Di Hortensio looking to push on and take the lead of this race on lap number 10 if he can close up to Tamas Kokeni. But let's see when they come into the pit as well. And yeah, at the moment the top 4 battle is well and truly on. Let's see what Jammy Dodge's pace is like on the intermediate tyres when he does come in, and it would definitely worth going on to the wets in the early phase to take the lead of the race momentarily and put himself in a position where he can push near the end of the race too. So yeah, still a long way to go. 25 laps remain. Tamas Kokeni in the lead with a penalty. Angelo Di Hortensio already knocking on the door, and it's going to be an intense fight for the lead.
That'll be fantastic. It is going to be thrilling indeed. So we'll keep an eye on what is going to happen between first and second place. Gabble still stuck behind as he tries to make the move, but also we're going to have to keep an eye on Joseph and Medal continuing their battle and continuing the never-ending story pretty much as they run wheel to wheel into the final corners on the circuit, and Joseph gets back ahead, not fought by Medal at the moment because he was coming in to the pit lane. So he makes his way into the pit lane as it continues to get super tight between first and second place in the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Di Hortensio's closing up to Tamas Kokeni and just under 3 tenths of a second. So let's see when he can try and make a move. Jammy Dodge still holding Santos at bay at the moment as we head around the first sector once again, just on the exit of turn number 6 into the mid sector where DRS would normally be opened here at Canada, but obviously the rain absolutely throwing it down here. It's like England every day this year. And Di Hortensio still can't find a way through. It goes for a bit of a switch on the exit, on the route down to turn number 10. It's close between the pair. He tucks back in for the slipstream. Bit of a wobble to look to the inside line, but Di Hortensio does make it down the inside. Santos also making a move on Jammy Dodge too. It's close, as I think they have a bit of a collision as well, and temporarily goes sideways does Gabor Santos, so loses it again, but Di Hortensio takes the lead of the race once again, as he lost pole earlier, but here we go, back in lead again. Here comes Tamas Kokeni, he's fighting it, and he gets back ahead with the straight line speed. He was flying down that straight, and it was not taking no for an answer on that one. Tamas Kokeni retakes the lead. Let's see if Di Hortensio can be the best and the last of the late breakers down at turn number 1. Keeps the inside line for turn number 2. That is crucial for the traction, for the better line, and for the exit. Angelo Di Hortensio finally gets a place, finally gets a lead on lap number 12, and Di Hortensio hits the forefront ahead of Tamas Kokeni. Jammy Dodge keeps Gabor Santos at bay as well, who also picks up a penalty.
Fantastic boxing match at the front, isn't it? They've been going at it and at it and at it, and you're going to see another overtake sliding our way into the Racing Bulls. There was Gabor as he looked to try and get this move complete. Of course, he came into the braking zone right towards turn number 12, so late on the brakes that he slammed into the side and had to correct the steering lock and continue on. But all over the back, Gabor is, and he's going to now wait for the opportunity. The road will open up once again, and he'll be back to the part of the circuit which very nearly sent him round. This time around he's going to send it late on the brakes, but this time around he's not got a car that is going to be sending him round, and instead it'll be sending himself up to the final spot on the podium, P3.
Yeah, nice move there from Gabor Santos, late on the brakes, and Yeah, nicely kept clean there with Jammy Dodge as well. Could have easily closed the gap and made a collision. But no, yeah, nicely left enough space and a good battle overall. Lap number 12, the Hortensio in P1. It's Tamas Kokeni and Gabor Santos. And I think Jammy Dodge just came into the pit lane, which I think is perfect timing for himself. He needs to get off these wet tyres and go onto the inters to match the front three, apart from Tamas Kokeni, who's still on the wets. But he's making a good job of it, to be honest. I think it is still kind of a crossover phase, leaning more in the inters' favour. But Tamas Kokeni is making them work as it stands, keeping it within the top three, keeping it only 6/10 away from Angelo Di Hortensio. So yeah, it's not too bad. And I think once it does start to get more inters, it's definitely time for Kokeni to come into the pit lane. At the moment, a few more pit stops happening. I think Joseph just came in as well. So we'll have a quick look at the pit stops. So Joseph, Medal have both came in. Jammy Dodge has just came in as well. Then Nathan, June, Jubuz, then all the way down from iHazard to the back of the pack, all stopped at the moment. And yeah, it'll be an inter show eventually in this race when everyone does come in to stop, I'm sure of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've definitely got plenty to be done by the drivers. Looking forward to seeing how it is all going to play out. And the pit stops continuously coming in, and we'll see it soon from the drivers running higher up in the order. That's exactly what we had by Jammy Dodge, who made his pit stop last time by, and Gabor is now left trying to get past Tamas Kokeni. Let's see whether we're going to get some moves into the pit lane. We will. So it is Tamas who actually does come in, and it leaves Angelo and Gabor on those inters, who continue round, and setting the fastest lap that time as well was Di Hortensio. Yeah,
really solid lap there from Di Hortensio, pushing away from the pack. And 1.8 away from Gabor Santos. Let's see if Tamas comes ahead of Jammy Dodge, or if Jammy Dodge has done the undercut on the exit and he's got his tyres warmed up as well. So that could be crucial if you do come out side by side. So Jammy Dodge is heading into turn number 1. This is a special thing about his pit lane, coming out the pit lane on the exit of turn number 2 into the wetter line as well. But he does come out ahead of Jammy Dodge, who's pushing the car like mad, drifting at turn number 2 as well. Tamas Kokeni does get up to P4 and stays ahead of Jammy Dodge. And yeah, crucial time to pit there. I think if he left it one lap later, he would have been behind. But yeah, nice in lap there from Tamas, who stays ahead of the RB.
Let's stay ahead, as well as you mentioned, of the RB as we continue on and make our way through towards the final corners, with the drivers nearer to the front of the field. Joseph, though, looking to try and make an overtake further back up against the driver, who is still yet to come in and make a pit stop, and he does get by into the 8th turn of the circuit, and now he'll continue on with some clean space and road ahead of him. 6.2 seconds to the next driver in the field.
Yeah, Pinnock also having a little battle with Joseph there. Joseph ahead in P7. E. Walker also closing into Medal. This fight has been going on all race long, it seems, with Medal. He can't escape from anybody. The driver just absolutely with another 2 cars fighting, it seems, down that back straight. But yeah, currently in P9, defending once again into the pit lane is Efsadar Pinnock. And let's see where he drops down to and what he goes onto. Could be the intermediate compound at this phase. But yeah, last lap 15 out of 35. Di Hortensio is definitely pushing on at this phase, and let's see if we can do a bit of an overcut compared to the likes of Tamas Kokeni, who is catching Jerome Len. So they need to dispatch Jerome as fast as he possibly can and push on and try the undercut on Angelo. But you never know what can happen here, and you don't want to fight too hard, as that could easily throw you out of any sort of race leading fight.
Really could. You're now at a phase of the race where you're just trying to hang on to things, assess the position that you're in, and try and basically bring it home. Score the valuable points for the team, and that's what they will all be looking to do. So you don't want to, well, basically ruin it and bin it at this phase. It might be a very tricky race, but it's one which you can capitalize on others' mistakes at the same time.
There goes Tamas Kokeni. As he gets past Jerome Len, first time of asking, that could be crucial to push on in this race. He's 15.9 behind Gabor Santos, and about 18 seconds behind Di Hortensio. So yeah, at the moment, it will come out ahead of Angelo Di Hortensio. Just need to push on a little bit more to solidify that. Let's see if Jammy Dodge can also try and follow him through, but Jerome isn't really going away at this phase. D'Artenzio is still setting some decent pace out front as well. And yeah, definitely pushing on away from Santos and Tamas Kokeni. Just a bit of contact with the wall. I don't know who that was, as Nathan Richards goes over the bumps at the final corner, and that's not going to help him in his effort to try and get past Chaz. He loses a position to Pinnock, and Nathan Richards is back down to P13, and yeah, that's not great for himself and for the commentary team, I'm afraid. But yeah, let's see if he can push on and try and make a move at the end of this lap on one of these drivers once again, where he might actually be under pressure from June NY. But let's look ahead. Let's look aggressive. Come on, Nathan. Let's get past Pinnock here.
Yes, come on. Let's all jump on the hype train. Let's see whether he can do it. No pressure. No pressure as well. But yes, let's see what he can try and do. We've not really had any top 10 finishes that much as the commentary team. So, you know, would be nice. Would be very, very nice if we can find ourselves there. Now, as we are at 1 a.m. UK time, I want to see who is awake. Who is awake? Let us know in the live chat to confirm yourself as being awake at this time and still being with us as well as we reach the time where some people start going to bed, but, you know, the real ones staying awake.
Absolutely. And who's on comms? That is myself and Obi. But Ben in chat saying, well, FCR Race in the chat, so we don't know who the admin is, obviously. Who am I rooting for? I'm rooting for both. I'm rooting for the commentary team and FCR. Obviously, I would not just root for one of them because we love the commentary team. But FCR is my home turf. But at the moment, lap 17 of 35. And everyone's been here since the start. Lovely from the XA. We love that. Supporters. We've got a bit of battling in with Chaz and Nathan Richards going side by side. Nathan still trying to make a move, and it's still pretty tight between the pair. And Nathan looking to the inside but cannot make a move this time around. He's got the pace in him, he just can't seem to get his car past Chaz at the moment. But Pinnock gets past Chaz, and let's see if Nathan can try and keep up and get through too. It could be crucial if he wants to finish in the top well, I would say top 10, but I mean Rio Harris is quite a way ahead with a solid 11-second gap to FCR Pinnock. So yeah, the 5P11 that is at the moment, as we look forward to Jerome Len, as he's very close to Jamie Dodge in P4, and this is a close battle at the moment. I can't tell if Jamie Dodge has just got through on Jerome Len. I'm guessing he just has. I've just missed, I'm afraid. But yeah, Jamie Dodge is through up into P4, and yeah, see if we can try and keep up with Tamas Kokeni.
Oh my word, Nathan Richards sending the latest of latest sends into the braking zone, but then finding himself too deep, and it was the lovely switchback for Chaz, and it's put Nathan on the back foot, which means he is coming under pressure as we head to the chicane, and Nathan's just going to be able to hang on. Will the commentary team right now to the position they are in? But they were looking, well, we were all looking to move forward this lap until we had that late lunge where we just went far too deep. And in the end, nothing could be done of it. But we'll see. Another lap, another chance for Nathan Richards to try and, you know, just do something. Just, you know, become magical for a lap in the car and see whether we can gain a position. But time will only tell.
Pressure, what pressure? Nathan Richards, he's going to win it all. He's going to win it all. That's my prediction. Yeah, come on, Nathan. Let's get past Pinnock here and Chaz. Come on.
Been stuck for too long. Come on now. Yes, get on the power. Here we go.
Come on.
Yes, foot to the floor. Come on now. You were complaining about the F2 earlier on. You're no longer in the F2. I know it's raining, but you know it's F1 now. Yeah, exactly. Get on with it. Get on with it now.
Next thing I'll be saying, oh, it's this bloody pink hair that I'm meant to be having. It's stressing me out, so I can't race. I can't race with a clear head. That's what he'll be saying next. Mustn't forget that it's been raining. Nathan has all sorts of excuses, I'm sure, after the race, but he's still stuck behind Chaz. Fair play to Chaz, he's putting a good effort in defence here. And he's been good in the right. Oh, there's the Hortensia getting a 3 second. I don't think it's really going to matter anyway. He's 3 seconds clear of Gabor Santos, who's also got a 3 second, and Tamas Kokeni has also got a 3 second and 16 seconds back. But obviously, the front two still yet to stop. And rightly so, they've started on the intermediate so they can go a little bit longer. And down the inside, he's looking to the inside Nathan once again. He just can't find a way through. Come on, Mr. Richards. The old switcheroo at turn number 2. Go on, Nathan, put your foot down. He's absolutely smashed it through. And thank God for that. Nathan Richards is through at turn number 3 and gets himself up to P12 for the commentary team. He's now got 3.1 seconds to FCR Pinnock. And what's he like in clean air? But finally, he's made the move, and here comes Jude NY putting the pressure on as well. Chaz is going to have to defend all over again. His switch back from Jude NY. We love a switcheroo in the wet weather, and the McLaren also does the exact same as Nathan, just at a different corner, and gets himself up to P13. Strong moves there from the pairing.
Yeah, strong moves indeed. And finally, we've got the clip for social media. Thank you very much, Nathan Richards, for making that overtake. We'll definitely be looking at that for a long, long time to come because, well, we don't usually get to see it that often. But yes, he's finally made the move, and been able to get ahead. Now let's see what he does, and can he possibly gain 3 seconds further up the road? But we might be here a couple of years waiting for that. Just giving a warning now.
Might be for the next event for that one. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see his progress. But no, to be fair, in clean air, he does seem to have decent pace. Let's see if he can push on with June NY, but hopefully he doesn't keep looking in his mirrors too much and realising the pressure that June's going to make. But anyway, Nathan did get through. Now he might have to defend because June looks pretty quick behind. But let's think offensive. Let's think that Nathan can win it all, and we'll get somewhere.
Absolutely. I know he's in a call right now with Corey, Jess, and Ollie. If any of you are listening to us, then let us know in the live chat what he's saying. What is his mindset right now?
What's
of
he
course, don't
moaning
leak it
about?
all. Don't leak it all. But like, you know, give us some insights. Give us some insights up here in the commentary box, because I mean, there was quite a lot of interesting things when I was watching him in F2. And yeah, of course, you probably won't be able to say all the words he's saying. I will give warning. You can't probably say all the words he's saying, but you know, just a bit of an idea would be helpful. Just a bit.
Oh, some redacted words from Nathan Richards probably in this wet weather race. Right, it's lap 21 out of 35. Everything's beginning to settle down. We knew this would happen eventually. To be honest, it's took longer than I thought it would to settle down in this race. We had quite an action-packed first 15 laps, to be honest, with moves galore. But yes, we've still got a few pit stops to happen. Ewalker, Rio Harris have still got to stop, so that's going to promote them into the top 10. The likes of Pinnock, Nathan, and Juno
wow,
will be fighting. And Nathan, what's he doing, man? 3-second penalty. Brilliant.
Oh. Ridiculous. Oh yeah, we've not got any form of response in the live chat, so it seems like everyone in that call has us muted for obvious reasons.
Yeah, they can't be bothered anymore. They're done.
Yeah, don't want to listen to us, I guess.
We've just got Surfwatch saying, I'm just listening this to chill. Good. I think you should stay like that until it finishes at 12 o'clock tomorrow.
Yeah. Not long, everybody to go, believe me.
I'm helping Ewalker. Do you know what? Ewalker is currently in P9. Still yet to stop, though, on the intermediate tyres. And he's actually about to make a move on Medal as well, if he can make that move. We've got another move further up, and that is Joseph on Franek Jazani in for P6. And Joseph has stopped in this race. Franek has not. And Surfwatch says in the chat, this is interesting insight, actually. Ewalker is not stopping in this race. Interesting. Fair dues, yeah. It makes sense the fact that Inters are going to be able to go longer because obviously the wetter conditions isn't going to degrade them as much. So yeah, it makes sense that they could go to the end. In the chat, Alex Lansdale is racing next. That is for F Sadar. And wish us luck. We're cooked. That's brilliant news. That is absolutely brilliant news for Team F Sadar, my team. And anywho, we'll see how that one turns out. Ewalker is very close now to medal. Let's see if he can try and get through, as the Red Bull is looking pretty quick in the low-speed areas as it stands. And say medal stopped, he's under quite a bit of pressure from the Red Bull as it stands. We head down to turn number 10. Let's see if Ewalker can get through it.
Yes, let's see whether he can get through indeed, following very much closely.
Ooh.
Oh, he's into the side there of Medal, and then able to now turn it into a bit of a drag race. Well, of course, just back off just that little bit as he gets back on the power. So we were very nearly to the moment of the overtake, but we're going to have to wait just that little bit longer.
Yeah, in the chat, Medal has been under pressure for about 8 laps now, and he's not cracking. I mean, I think Medal's been under pressure for the full race. Every single time I look to him, he's under pressure from someone behind him. In the first stint, it was 2 drivers. I think it was Joseph and who else was it? I think it might be Pinnock as well. and because obviously the stops and it's changed the race for him. But Medal's been under pressure for the whole race, and he's proving really solid at defending, and he's got definitely quite a bit of straight line speed in him, which is helping him down the back straight, the main defending into the final chicane. So yeah, he's doing an absolutely fantastic job in P8 at the moment. Doesn't have to stop until the end of the race. 12 laps to go. D'Hortensio 4.444 seconds in the lead, and Gabor Santos in P2. Then Tamas Kokeni 16.3 behind. Obviously he had to stop, and yeah, at the moment, there we go. D'Hortensio fastest lap once again.
Pushing on hard, pushing on harder at the moment is Mr. D'Hortensio at the front of the field as he has a bit of a slide, bit of a twitch as he corrects the car and gets back going as well at the moment in time 2. A reminder, of course, this is being done for a great cause, a great charity, so if you can donate then please do. We've of course got the link in the live chat, but also you've got a QR code which is right below the map, so you know, just go on your phone, go to the Canva app or whatever you do to get whatever you use for QR code, you know, scan it, make your way all the way into the donation link area, and then of course donate whatever you can, because every little does help. So thank you very much to everyone who is sticking with us, and please do donate, because we do want to see Mr. Tom Knight with blue electric hair, not just normal blue, not just blue, but electric blue, which is very specific, and you know, it will be fantastic to see.
Yeah, it's got to happen. He's got to put, and it's got to be the electric blue as well. I think that's on his story as well. I think he did actually buy it, so he knows that it's going to happen. He's prepared for this to happen, and
Yes.
as a community, we need to prove that right. So make sure you donate.
I mean, you can't waste his money now. You can't just waste his money.
You can't. Yeah, you can't waste his money. We can't waste things in the world. We can't waste resources. We need him to use it. So. Yeah, he already has a die, and just a good. It needs to be electric blue. So as blue as I can get, it needs to be electric blue. You said electric blue. We're not taking it until it's electric. And so I'm literally looking at it and thinking, wow, I should plug my charger into that, and it would get my phone full battery.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, just looking a bit more further ahead, 2,100 Great British pounds. We get Nathan's mum commentating for 2 laps. So that's probably already been. So that's probably already been spoken about. So we can't let that also down either, can we? It's probably already been agreed. So you know, Nathan's mum is already up for the role in case it happens. So you know, it's already been discussed. As Nathan Richards is actually going for it, and he's lost a position, and he cuts the corner, gets a penalty. But so does his rival at the time as well.
Yeah, it was very close there. A bit of a tap on the front there for, I think it was Nathan, and yeah, it left him off the track limits there. But yeah, I do really want to see Nathan's mum put a two-lap commentary on. Ben from FCR says, "Get Helen on comms, Alex." My mum is definitely in bed. She has been since about 10:30. So, oh no, what's happened? We've got a safety car.
Word.
We've got a safety car.
Nathan Richards retires.
No.
What is he doing? How has he let that happen? Oh, I don't know words.
I can't even see because I was close enough. He's put it in the wall at, I think it was turn 4. Oh, the absolute plum. What's he doing? Oh no, that's our fault as well, that. Was talking about him too much.
Yeah. Yeah, we were getting all excited for something special to happen.
The commentators cursed the commentary team. I mean, how has that happened?
Fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, Jess was also cursing him earlier, so, you know, it's
just what we do,
it's already happened.
Just what we do. Oh, safety car.
Exactly.
Lap 26. And Nathan's invited me on Steam, so I don't know if he's disconnected, but I think he's waiting to the WOD. It does happen to him. Anyways, I'm sure we're going to see Angelo and Gabor Santos go into the pit lane here. They've got a 22-second gap, so there's no real loss. Penalties at the moment. Jerome's got a drive-through. E-Walker's got a drive-through. And there's quite a lot of track limits penalties. It is quite tricky here to Canada when it's dry. Never mind just wet as well. Hopefully the safety car we don't have any bugs, because last time I commentated in Miami, we had to red flag the session because it was disqualifying people left, right, and centre. And in the chat, someone just said there's a drive-through bug.
I mean, I didn't know that existed, but okay.
Oh, day.
We
Oh,
learn
my
new
days.
things every day, every evening, every
hopefully.
night, even every morning, early morning, very early morning.
Oh, it's a pity. Yeah, I mean, EA doing EA things. Obviously, we have to do what we're gonna do. Well, I think they do. Yeah, if they don't do the drive-through, then they'll get disqualified. So, yeah, it's a shame that if that is the case, Rome's gonna have to do one as well, and you can't do it under safety car. If you don't have pit limiter on the safety car, you get a drive-through. That's a shame. What's happening here with the Mercedes? I think, is that Gaz in the way of Angelo? Gets out of the way. But anyway, we'll get formed up behind the safety car, and yeah, Angelo's got a free pit stop out of it. So has Gabor Santos. Then Tamas Kokeni's got another chance to fight for this one, to be honest. And Jamie Dodge has not got a penalty, so it's going to make it interesting for himself if he can fight and keep within the penalty range.
Absolutely. And you know, as we are under safety car, we had a live interview earlier on. In my opinion, Nathan Richards should come join us for a quick little live interview to explain what on earth happened and how did that happen. So if anyone is in connection with him and anyone can communicate with him, encourage him our way. Encourage him our way. We'll be very interested to hear from him. I'll sort out the budget later. Don't worry, I'll sort out the budget later. But just get him here for now.
Get him in here. I want to speak to the disaster class. That was Nathan. He's going to come in here and whinge about the rain. I already know that for certain. But it's all right because his hair's going to go pink.
Yeah, it's nice and fine. It's nice and fine. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what he has to say after, well, everything that he's done, and we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see whether we're gonna get a chance to speak to him. If not, don't worry, I'm commentating with him at 5 AM, so I'll also be having stern words then.
I've just heard as well from the FZR team that there is a Delta glitch, which is making them not able to catch a safety car. But I don't know if it's just been sorted. He's put his foot down, so it might be fine. Hopefully it's fine. Otherwise we'll be behind the safety car until lap 32. Then it'll come in and everyone will still be gapped. But yeah, I think it's fine. He seems to have put his foot down, so we should have all cars get sorted.
Yeah. And I'm also just looking in the Discord call right now. Jess and Ollie are both muted. I think they've had enough as well of Nathan Richards' excuses anyway. They've probably fallen asleep. So
Nathan's in the
only
chat.
Corey's there to entertain at the moment.
Nathan just put GG in the chat. Nathan, if you want a little interview, I think you should hop in while the safety car's out and always saying some redacted words in the chat.
Oh my word, he's here! Wow, he's listened.
He's listened. Nathan, what's happened, mate? Talk to us.
This game is absolutely atrocious. I hit the wall at about 80 miles an hour, died on, and it DNF'd my tyre like I hit it head on. Should never have been a DNF.
Oh.
But the pace wasn't good either. I mean, it felt good until everybody else ahead of me, and I was 2 seconds a lap slower, even though I felt quick. But yeah, no, it's the most ideal race. I had a nice battle with Chaz though.
Yeah, I was about to say then, right? The move you made was
that was brilliant.
That was lovely. That. Hey, where's?
Oh, I think he's letting someone by.
Car. Well, he just let Sonos pass as well, so hopefully he does the same.
But as I said, and I quote, my word was "you sexy bastard" when I made that move at turn 1. I don't think I've seen anything like that before. It was brilliant. And Pinnock as well, nice little battle with him. So fair play to your driver, Alex. Nice little clean driver.
It's good to hear.
And Dune as well was nice battling against him, but no, it was not ideal. I think once I got overtaken by, I think it was Dune. I wasn't going to end well, and I think the dirty air didn't help. Most of the time I had no dirty air, and once he was ahead of me, I couldn't do anything. So yeah, not ideal. But yeah, safety car's in this lap, so I'll leave you guys to it.
Yeah, cheers, pal. Unlucky, my friend.
Indeed, indeed. Right, have a good one, lads. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Cheerio.
Bye bye. Bye. Well, he definitely sounds like a driver from Birmingham who's just absolutely binned it into the wall at 1 a.m. Not that energized. We'll see whether that changes later on.
I've just realised the whole pack is not bunched up.
Right.
So
Well, we're ready to
that
go.
was yeah, that's fantastic. And the throttle limiter is on, so that means that they can't catch up either. So they're trying, but they can't. So that makes this game just top notch. Anyway, Gabor Santos is somehow in the lead of the race since D'Hortensio was trying to let lap cars through. It didn't work. So Gabor Santos is going to lead us away from this safety car as we go racing once again. So green flag running once across the line. Gabor Santos is in the lead of this race. Angelo D'Hortensio to Tamas Kokeni, who's got 6 seconds of penalties. Then to Jamie Dodge, who has no penalties and running in P4 and is on the intermediate tyres to prove what he possibly can. And out back, obviously, you've got Pinnock, June and E. Walker miles back due to the safety car limiter being on, so they couldn't catch up. But a clean start on the restart. Gabor Santos leads.
Does indeed. Clean, 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 as you mentioned, as well, which has not usually been the words we've been able to say a lot across this event so far. But yes, very nicely done. Very nicely done by the drivers. Very close at the front of the field. Bit of wheel-to-wheel going on further back. Chaz finds himself ahead and gaining a position that is for 13th at the moment. But yeah, they find themselves majorly off. Everyone is basically in so many different positions right now.
Yeah, Gabor Santos and Angelo D'Hortensio already going racing at the front at turn number 10. Santos with a better exit gets the place on D'Hortensio. As we make our way down to the Wall of Champions at turn number 14. And D'Hortensio make a move. This time around cannot, and he's not close enough to. But he's got an absolutely fantastic exit there, but I just don't think he's got the grip. Has he got the overhead speed to make the move down at turn number 1? It's close. And can he make a lunge around the outside, make it the inside line? Going for a bit of an up and under, and it's going to have to be the outside line. And another switch back from D'Hortensio, but this time around cannot make a move. Have a quick look at Pens as requested. Ewok has a drive-through penalty, so he's going to have to serve that one. And Gabor Santos 3 seconds, D'Hortensio 3 seconds, and Tamas Kokeni on 6 seconds of penalties. As Pinnock makes his way up, or he's having a quick battle here with Jerome Len, and Pinnock gets himself up into P9.
Absolutely, and it's still so close together between Angelo and Gabor. Angelo just looming large in the mirrors, being a bit of an annoyance at every single corner that they go through right now here at Montreal. But now we're heading to a dive bomb opportunity. Is Angelo going to send it, or is he going to place the car on the outside in hope of better traction? Bit of a switchback, bit of a cutback, karting stuff, cadet stuff over there. But they still remain in single file, and the battle still continues down towards the chicane. This is very much entertaining stuff between our leading two as well at this moment, and Angelo just following very closely in the wheel tracks, and he feels happy with that. But when a clear opportunity maybe later on presents itself, he might take it.
Absolutely, it's still very close. He's only 3 laps to go. That went very quickly. I didn't realise that.
Wow.
But yeah, 3 laps to go. Gabor Santos is in the lead of this race and on track to win the race. As Jamie Dodge isn't close enough, and 6 seconds for Tamas Kokeni. But D'Hortensio needs to make a move at some point. He's only got 3 laps to do so. Let's see if Santos can defend well enough to keep him behind. But this would be an absolute defensive masterclass if he can pull it off. A quick look back as Jerome Len is putting pressure on Pinnock, fighting once again. He's went a bit too deep as Pinnock, and that's allowed Jerome Len to swoop down the inside. And the Red Bull does get through, and Pinnock needs to fight it all over again to fight for P9. It's very close, but as it stands, Jerome Len gets ahead of this battle. But the race leading fight is one we've got to keep our eyes on, as it's very close out on track.
Quite literally asked you to have your eyes glued to the screen, and we might need you to for the remaining laps, because it is millimeter stuff. It is so close. As I say, that Angelo runs slightly in deep, and kind of had a compromised exit there, which has put him a little bit back, but no problem at all, because he's got so much pace that he can come charging straight back. He's got a bit of a battery as well, and all of a sudden we're continuing on the mini train between two drivers as well. Gabor towing along Angelo Di Hortensio at the front as we come over the line and tick ourselves onto lap number 33. 3 to go, including this one. Fastest lap of the race now going to Tamas Korkeni, who was a contender earlier on as well when it came to the higher up positions. But right now, it's all left to Gabor and Angelo to debate it and battle it out to see who's going to be our victor. Another race where it's close and possibly going to the end. But Angelo Di Hortensio has left the session.
Oh, disaster. Disaster for Di Hortensio. He was having a mega race in the wet conditions. He was looking easily to try and make a move, and now needs to get back in the session as quick as he possibly can. Gabor Santos has been absolutely handed this win on a plate, as dropping back is Di Hortensio. He's going to get dropped by Tamas Kokeni, and Jamie Dodge might be able to get himself onto the podium too. He's joined back, so hopefully he can get back in and push on for the final few laps and get past Tamas Kokeni once again. It's going to be close between the pairing once he does get back in the session, but Di Hortensio, I think, he's back now, so hopefully when we get onto the main straight before the World Champions, he can take control of that Aston Martin and go racing once again. He's going to have to make up another place on Tamas Kokeni and make sure he stays within that 6 seconds. He is back in. That's a very tricky place to rejoin, but no, he rejoins very well. Jamie Dodge is very close behind, and now mainly needs to push on from Jamie Dodge to make sure he stays on the podium, but it's going to be close. And yeah, the RB has got a bit of work to do to stay within that 3 seconds and try and grab himself a podium here.
Yeah, well, anything I previewed to you, irrelevant now, as well. All of the different waffling I was doing, completely irrelevant now. It is Gabor leading the way at the moment in time as he looks to try and just bring it home. Penalties galore, by the way, across this entire field, so the order is going to very much change throughout some positions. But that is just the way we talked about track limits, and, you know, it can definitely have a factor in a way it's done right now.
Yeah, as it stands, Jamie Dodge, who's looking to take the place from Tamas Kokeni on the podium, then Angelo Di Hortensio will take 3rd place, and Jamie Dodge will slot into 2nd place as it stands. Let's see if Di Hortensio can push on, but he's also got a car, Tamas Kokeni, to navigate past if he does want to gain that 3 seconds. It's the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix. We're going to head on to the final lap of the Grand Prix, and Gabor Santos is out front by 2.7 seconds, and it's been a fantastic performance from himself to take the lead and take it in his stride. He's got a bit lucky with Di Hortensio's disconnect, but to be honest, you've got to be in that position to win the race. He's done a great job of it. Di Hortensio responds with a 21.9 and the fastest lap of the race so far. He's definitely been the fastest man on the circuit, but obviously the disconnect's not going his way, and obviously the car placement with Gabor Santos taking the lead after the safety car and defending like an absolute madman, and done very well in that situation to block him off where he possibly could. And it's final lap of racing. Santos leads, Tamas Kokeni in P2, Di Hortensio in P3, and at the moment Jamie Dodge is falling away, but can he keep within that 3 seconds on this final lap?
That is the question, as we only have a couple more corners to go. Well, Di Hortensio is really trying to get the gap to 3 seconds directly in behind. He's got to find about 4-5 more tenths if he is to get there. So this one is going to come down to the timing page, absolutely, as well. Remember, there will be a 6-second time penalty applied directly ahead for Tamas Korkeni because he's got 6 seconds, so he'll lose out, and the gap is only 3 tenths. And right now, Angelo Di Hortensio just has to gain 2 more tenths compared to Jamie Dodge. So that is going to be really interesting. But while it's all to be fought for further back at the front of the field, what a drive it has been from Gabor. May have got a bit lucky with Angelo Di Hortensio's disconnection, but to get the luck, you need to be in the position, and he's come across the line and he has taken the victory. Angelo Di Hortensio comes across the line in 2nd place, and it will be 2nd place for keeps because he sent it through the final chicane, and by 0.2 of a second, he is just about going to hang on when that penalty is applied.
Yeah, mega job there from Jamie Dodge also to get P3 off Tamas Kokeni. Just held on. He's definitely had pace as Jamie in the V-carb, so he definitely deserves that podium place. Unlucky for Tamas Kokeni, who took that 6-second penalty overall. Gabor Santos wins though. Di Hortensio in P2, but it's Jammy Dodge in P3. Tamash Kokeni takes P4, and it's Joseph Branik Jazoni in P6, and it's Medal. Jerome Len, and Pinnock gets past Rio Harris. So does Jerome Len on penalties, and Rio Harris takes P10 overall. But it's Gabor Santos who takes the win in a very, very wet Canada.
Very wet Canada. And, well, if you liked a lot of wetness, don't worry. We've still got Canada to come. But in between that, we're just going to have Australia too. Well, that was interesting. You know, some exciting moments. A lull period as we expected in this type of a race. So, that was very much interesting.
Absolutely. I mean, I thought I was going to be worse than I thought in terms of battling, but we definitely had our fair share of battles. Gabor Santos wins. Angelo Di Hortensio takes P2 with the fastest lap of a 21.9, around 5 times quicker than anybody else's efforts. And Jammy Dodge takes P3, then it's Tamash Kokeni and Joseph Branik Jazoni, Medal, Jerome Lent, then it's after that Pinnock, Rio Harris, June NY, E Walker, Dubas, and Kev the Slice down in P13. And we'll head back to me and Omi then, and we'll run through the next stages of what we're going to do. I think Omi's got some star jumps to do.
Yes, absolutely. I just want to quickly get myself in the next lobby. I just want to quickly do that. Get myself in the next lobby, just so I'm in position. And then I'll get on with some of the star jumps I need to be doing as well. Nathan Richards calling me Mr. Clown, and also getting very excited about star jumps too, as well. Great.
It's iconic now. It's
yeah.
iconic.
Yeah, absolutely. It was brought up again, and it didn't help because it was also put in the intro video for this event, the preview for this event. It was put as the first thing. I got a message. I got a message saying that I'm going to be the first thing, and I'm like, why? Didn't get it.
Everyone loves it. Everyone absolutely loves it. We'll get set up for the next lobby anyway. The next lobby will be Australia, and it will be myself and Omi once again. It'll be my final stint. Omi has got one more after, and it's Baku in the very early hours of the morning, which he's going to stay up for because he's an absolute guy. He's absolutely here for it, absolutely here for the content. And Baku is an absolutely fantastic one. That at 5 in the morning when people haven't slept very well is going to be absolute chaos. So what are you thinking towards that one?
That's why everyone's quite excited for it, to be fair. Because, you know, we've just come off Baku. For anyone who hasn't been keeping an eye on the PSGL action, we've come off Baku, where we've had an 8-car pile-up in PCF2 in qualifying. We've had F3 literally binning it in qualifying a lot, and then in the races they've had pile-ups, they've had lobby crashes. It's been just wild across the board in PSGL at Baku. So we come off that. We're going into Baku once again. So for any of the drivers who did participate in that, you know, it is very much, you know, all to be fought for, and everyone is just coming off that. And also, as Nathan mentions in chat, the E-Series crash, literally. Corey Brooks, Nathan Richards not being able to control themselves as we came over the line due to how funny it was as everyone started crashing just before that Ferrari crowning themselves champion. So, you know, Baku has had it all. It really, really has had it all. And it's been so iconic. It has had the chaotic moments. It's had the fun moments as I've got myself in the lobby. Fantastic.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Right, who's the host of this next lobby? Because I'll get myself in there as well. Then we can get these star jumps on the roll for Melbourne. Let's have a look.
Mr. Ollie Matthews, who is the host for this.
Let me get him added for you. Right.
Fantastic.
Do you want to get some star jumps going for the content?
Oh, I guess it's very nearly 2 a.m. But let's see what goes wrong. Well, we're down to 68 viewers, so luckily people have just, you know, it's not as big as earlier.
People are going to sleep now. You're lucky. How many are you going to aim for? Are you going to do 20?
I have no clue how many I'm going to do. I have absolutely no clue.
Nathan says 25.
Nathan Richards wants 25. Just why?
75. All right, we'll be here all day.
We don't have all day. We don't have all day. We've got to get on with some more racing. Okay. Right. Deep breath. Well, first of all, I need to do some warm-ups, don't I? I need to warm up.
He needs to warm up, guys. Guys need to warm up. This is crucial.
Yes,
he don't want to pull a muscle.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering I also need to stand here then for the next 2 races I'm doing. wouldn't be ideal. Anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling and just warm up a little bit with my lip mic. I guess you can continue just talking with everyone while I do that.
Go on then. Go on then. Oh, what a pleasure this is to witness. To be honest, guys, this is for the content. It's just warming up, getting the arm movements ready, just to do these star jumps. This is one of the most important parts of the 24-hour streams. Annual. I want 10 from you. Hang on a minute. I've been called to do 10.
I'm gonna put off my headset. Don't say anything too bad about me while I'm gone.
All right then. All right, I'll do 10. I'll smash 10 out. Go on then. For the content. For the 24 hours, we're gonna do 10 with Omi. Right. Huge. It started. It's already started. Do you know what I'm gonna get as well for this one? Be right back. Be right back. I'm gonna get the SpongeBob Nanny over here. I'm gonna get the SpongeBob Nanny to do 10 star jumps alongside me and Omi. My room's quite small, but hurrah! The mighty SpongeBob Nanny taking place in the annual edition. Omi's still going, of course he is. What an absolute madman. I feel like I should put some Rocky music or something over the top of this for the content. I think like someone should do that if they're making. I mean, he's still going. This is actually.
I'm done. I'm tired.
Phenomenal. He's done everyone. That is absolutely phenomenal. And that's what we all came for. We can end the stream. We can end 24 hours now. We're absolutely smashing it. So we need. No, we're not making him do 5 more. We'll be here all day if we keep saying we need 5 more. TK says he wasn't counting.
Fine. I'll do 5 more. Fine.
Oh, he's going again.
I'll actually do like 10.
Da 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 da. That is phenomenal. That is actually next time for the commentary assets, 100% we need to get music ready for this part of the stream.
Yeah.
We need some very, very intense music because it's what we'd love to see.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, actually, I've got the idea. You're going to be singing for us later. We can just play that over the next one.
Yeah, that's a great idea. That is a great idea. But me singing Gold by Spandau Ballet after Melbourne, we'll edit that into the next time he does some star jumps. Brilliant. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
I'm also dancing. I'm also dancing while he sings. I'm still going to move around, guys, so I need to save some energy for that.
Oh, my days. Harvey says, Omi does a front flip for the next incentive. I don't think we should do that. I think that's health and safety.
Yeah, it is.
We,
Also, can I just say this started last year because we were under safety car. Jess basically moved the camera, so I'm usually commentating and I'm like moving around because it's an energetic race, and people saw that and then they know that I like to move, and that is how this was formed.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's I guess a bit of a history lesson for you.
It is indeed. Right, I need to actually try and get in this lobby, to be honest. I've added someone, but he's still not in. Who have I got here? So bear with me. Oh, I've got Omi. I can just join from you. What am I doing?
Perfect.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Lovely.
I'm faffing about. Anyway, we're getting in the lobby now, so we'll have a look at the donation total. Let's have a look. If I can get it up. Let's have a look what we're at. And we'll have a look at the recent donos as well, because if there's been any, that would be fantastic to see, of course.
Yes. Would be fantastic indeed.
Let's have a look at the recent donation. So we're currently at £1,376 at the moment. And and have a look at the most recent ones. Ben Huskins donated £50 in that last one. So thank you very much, Ben, of course. And I think that's the most recent one, if I'm not. Right. Let's have a look in the chat, see what people are saying. Alex, mate, all
Got a
due
bit of an
respect,
explanation to do.
but can we address that triangular SpongeBob? It's not triangular. That is in the shape of a banana. Do you want me to go and grab it? It's a banana. Yeah, you should. Come on, guys. You should know this by now. If you're in the league racing world and you haven't seen that SpongeBob banana, come on, guys. It's been around for a few months now. Yeah, that is a SpongeBob banana, which I went to America to see my good friend Antonio, which I met through all this league racing world, and I stole that from his room. I deflated it, stole it, put it in my suitcase, took it home, blew it up, and it's there. So let's go and get him. Let's go and get SpongeBob banana. I'll go and bring him for this next race because it's my final stint. I'll do whatever chat says. That's my rules. Bring it over. I did this the other day for a different league. I brought it over just for a race, just so we've got him right next to us. Can't really see him though. That's the only problem. I had to put my camera down slightly. You can see his eyes. There we go. That'll do. That is my SpongeBob banana. He joined us for my final stint here for 24 hours, and this is why you should donate. Right here.
Yeah.
Commitment. Get donating, guys.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the QR code on screen. I'm not going to do another tutorial of how you utilize that. I think everyone's got enough brain cells for that. But you can also look in the live chat for the link. So, you've got two options. You're basically being handed it on a plate right now. So just go donate.
Yeah, go and donate. Nathan, I'm not going to read that out from Nathan, that first chat there. Yeah, donate for the SpongeBob banana purely because of that. But yeah, please actually donate to a good cause. Anything you can give. Obviously, it's why we're here. And committed as everything. This is what we do. And this is why we come together as a league racing community. As after this race, I will do a bit of singing as well. Just for my final stint. I like to sing in the league racing scene, just in a normal league race. I feel like I've got to do it here. We're going to do Bandau Ballet Gold. If you know, you know. It's an absolutely fantastic song. And we've got to sing along in the chat as well. If you're at home, you've got to sing that. And I think we've got a £50 donation from Mr. Kev the Slice. What an absolute guy. The Google Earth guy himself has given £50. Iconic.
Fantastic. Well, that makes my legs hurting worthwhile, I guess. And I've still got to hurt them a little bit more across the next few hours. So yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll just deal with the pain when I go to sleep, and I'm dealing with it right now as I wait for this race to get underway. But if you donate, then it's all fine. Then it's all fine.
That is this guy just to get, what is it? Ooh, next race is preset setups. Once we get to £1,450. So if we start Australia and we get the rest of that, Monaco will be a fixed setup, wet night race.
Perfect.
Carnage.
Yeah, we need to get to at least 1.5k as well. Also, for the most important reason of, getting TK's hair electric blue, which I think is also very important, and everyone has to, consider. Everyone has to consider, and everyone has to think about as well. Just imagine all of us getting on with our days, and TK on the walk to work, everyone looking at him for different reasons, and then actually inside of work as well. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be fantastic. You'll have a lot of explaining to do. So, we will just get on with our day while he just has to do all of this extra stuff. Yeah, it's going to be fantastic, I guess. So please donate. I mean, I've had people stare at me, but that's for different reasons. Because I was carrying a trophy home. Actually, Nathan Richards was actually there to deliver it to me to some degree as well a few months ago. So I walked home with a trophy. That's why people were staring at me. But you know, for TK, it can be a bit of a different reason.
Oh, I can't wait to see that. That would be peak. That would be very, very peak. Yeah, in the middle of London, not a nice place. Very
Yeah,
true.
yeah, yeah. And we also got an image outside of a post office as well. So that was quite interesting. It was delivered outside a post office. So yeah, but he actually came.
I feel for you, mate. I reckon when you don't go north, I'm going to take massive offence to that. You've just said that in the chat. I am from West Yorkshire, so I think that's probably the worst thing you could say to me because I love everything north. So
Right.
yeah, the bad tsunami. Watch what you do, mate, because that is serious talk. We're gonna get into. I mean, in London, good job. You've
Wow.
curved that out there. You started to dig your hole, but then you realise, oh, made a mistake. You fill it back in again. Okay, right. We're gonna go for the one-shot qualifying down at turn 1 here in Australia, and finally, we've got clear skies. I don't believe it.
Enjoy it while it lasts, because as we mentioned, you know what is coming. You absolutely know what is coming later on at Monaco, which is next up at 3 a.m. But first of all, let's get through Australia.
Absolutely. Gabor Santos is racing once again. He's doing a pretty decent job at the moment in the lead so far as we make our way down to turn number 6 into turn number 7. Robin Brain also in this one of my good league racing friends out there in P4 for fastest stay true. And who's GP?
I think that's Gregory Prigibel, I'd assume.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, it definitely could be. That was the name that shooted into my head as well just now. And I mean, it's also his home race as well. So that's another reason why he possibly could be here, and is possibly dominating. That could be another reason why.
Absolutely. Gregory Prigibel in P2 though. Gabor Santos has pulled it back in the final sector though, as we've got another donation of £25 from Kev the Slice because he wants these Monaco setups in preset. That will be absolute scenes. Gabor Santos takes pole position by 0.2 of a second to Gregory Prigibel. Then it's Yanis Mybohm in P3. Then it's Master in P4. Then Potato, Alex Lansdale in P6. And I mean, Kev the Slice, another £25. It is on. It is well and truly on.
Yes, absolutely. And only 25 to go till TK goes blue and joins Nathan Richards with a different color to usual with their hair. So that will be quite fun.
Absolutely. Wait, does that mean Monaco presets are on now? Or is it another... Are we there? Have we completed it? Are we doing Monaco preset setups? Monaco race will be preset. Oh my days.
Can't wait to watch that.
Kevin, you pain me, says Ben. Holy sweats. Oh my Christ. Oh my Christ. Kev the Slice, what
This
an
is the
icon.
moment.
In all fairness,
Yeah.
right, ignoring the preset nonsense,
Yeah.
£75 is crazy. Thank you very much, Mr. Kev the Slice. We appreciate it. You're an absolute guy. And yeah, love you loads, mate.
Fantastic. And this is now the point where I publicly thank the entire organization behind this for giving me a 5 a.m. stint, which means I have to stay awake through Monaco, and I get to watch Monaco. So thank you for giving me an excuse to now watch Monaco. I guess I told you that, Alex, off air, but I guess we can also do it publicly now
Absolutely.
as well. But yes, we're about to get going, believe it or not, with Australia. I know everyone's got distracted in such a big way with everything that's gone on, but you know we have another race that is coming up right now.
Yeah, let's get into it. Australia, round number 12. I'm losing my head at this point. This is past my bedtime. I go to sleep at 10 o'clock nowadays. I'm a unk. I'm a proper unk. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty weak right now, but it's all right because after this race we'll be singing "Gold" by Spandau Ballet. Right, let's head to the grid then. And Omi, do you want to take us through the lights?
Absolutely. And we're about to get them on right now. Sorry if it's not the best start, as I've just done so many start jumps, but here we go. 5 red lights on. And we're racing in Albert Park and in Melbourne. Leaving the line is Gabor, who chops across Gregory Prigibel and leads into the first turn. But it is going to be Alpine ahead of Aston Martin. Then we find ourselves making our way through with the Mercedes in third position. Already some chaos at the back and already some cars spinning all the way till the back of the field. But great start from Gabor, able to maintain the advantage at the front.
Yeah, ignore my graphic on the side. I keep what is going on at the start of races. Last time it was fastest lap drive-through penalty. Now it's Gabor Santos is in P20. He is not, and finally it does reset itself. Gabor Santos in the lead of the race on lap number 1, and a great start off the line. Gregory Prigibel in P2, and it's Yannis Maibohm in P3. Setmaster Potato, then oh God, I'm Yorkshire for this. Aurelian in P6, when it's Lansdale. Logan, then Robin Brain, then Adam Schumer in P10 at the moment. Ryan's. Oh, what's happened behind? I've just seen someone go off, and that is Potato dropping down the order. Alex Lansdale making a move up to P5 and making it around the outside of Aurelian. It's close on the curb. Can he try and make it through? It's very tight. The Aston Martin round the outside now of Logan AP Kelly, also following through the RB, or the Red Bull, sorry, of Aurelian, and also Robin Brain flying through on Alex Lansdale. Everyone just swamping the Aston Martin F-Sedar driver. But at the moment, it's lap number 2. Gabor Santos with a great start, and battles are still looming all around.
Battles are still looming all around, as you mentioned. There's so much to try and keep across in this race, all across the field. There's plenty going on for us to keep an eye on, and it's going to hopefully keep us entertained throughout the next hour or so, leading up to that Monaco race, which will begin in 1 hour and 1 minute's time on presets setup, which is absolutely fantastic. And officially, TK is going to be getting blue electric hair, which is, so we're not going to be wasting his money. That's very important.
That is absolutely fantastic, because we've got, yeah, a £24 donation from Scotty Designs, by the way. What an absolute guy. So we have now officially raised £1,500. Absolutely magnificent from the community as a whole. We appreciate every single pound, and that has led to such a big sum of money. We appreciate it all. As there, we've got a move here from Master on Jan's Mybone and going down the inside and makes it stick on the Mercedes. But yeah, £1,500, and what an amazing cause, and what a way to do it. We appreciate every single penny, and yeah, what a community we really have here. So special, this event every single year, every time it happens, and yeah, another £1,500 is absolutely magnificent. Well done, guys.
Yeah, big well done indeed as well, because you know we're now into the graveyard shift as well, and like I've done now including this one, the last 3 races, and to get like 500, like just under that across that period is just absolutely fantastic. So a huge thank you, to everyone who has donated, and you can continue to do so as well if you haven't, through the QR code or the link in chat.
Yeah, the support is absolutely magnificent, and normally it obviously dies off when it gets these early hours online, but the fact that people are staying up watching this, still donated, is absolutely magnificent. So we appreciate it, all the support. And yeah, what a great event it is every time it does take place. Yannis Mybone makes a move on Setmaster, and the racing action, all DRS train at the moment, lap number 3 out of lap 29. And yeah, at the moment, we'll be on for a pretty interesting race with Gabor Santos in the lead. And yeah, we've got quite a big fight for the race lead. If anything goes different, if anyone's got a different strategy. Talking strategy, let's have a look at tyres. Mostly mediums. Robin Brain gone for the harder Potato, and Alex Loafer. So yeah, I think mostly mediums out there, and understandably for the one stop onto the hards.
Absolutely, at the moment in time. By the way, for the commentary team, Ollie Matthews running in 16th position, so he's the one who we have to keep an eye on, hopefully, to make some progress as well and do a better job than Nathan Richards. But he is already doing that, because he's keeping it pointing in the right direction. But it's only lap 4, so he's got to keep that up until lap 29.
He has indeed, and as long, I mean, there's no wet weather, so there's no complaints. I mean, but I think with Nathan, it is purely skill issue. But we'll get to that when it gets brought up, especially with you in Baku. Lion gets a move on Master. These guys dropping out of DRS. Something's happened to Masters. He's dropping back through the order on the straight. So unless he's got serious damage, he's just dropped 3 places by lifting off on the straights. In the chat, Nathan going, oi, not having it. Here's the lad. But lap 4 out of 29, Gobos Santos leads to Gregory Pajibel, Yanis Mybohm, Lion, then Logan AP Kelly in the top 5. It's Robin Brain, Set Master, and Adam Schumer just making a move on Alex Lansdale in P8, and the FCDR driver demoted down to P9 in that top 10 battle.
Yep, so that's just switched right now as it stands, as we make our way through over the line and onto another lap. Lap number 5 of 29 we make our way onto now, and we navigate our way through the opening couple of corners. So we see a pit stop coming further back for Manolo, so they make the pit stop and dive it in to the pit lane, and meanwhile Potato is making an overtake and moving up to P10.
Absolutely. Gabor still looking good out front. Gregor Pujibel closing a slight bit more on the start of this lap. He's just under 4/10 of a second momentarily, but a good exit from Gabor Santos might just deny him at this favour. See if Gregor Pujibel can put the pressure on and try for a move on lap number 5. It's close, it's closing, but just not close enough at this phase. There goes Robin Brain on Logan AP Kelly as he flies through at turn number 9 and gets ahead into the top 5. Robin Brain into P5 for fastest stay true, and just behind Lion for that top 4 fight. Making serious progress with Robin Brain actually in P5, so yeah, he's showing some strong pace on the harder compounder tyres, but the mediums will start to die out in the next few laps compared to the hards. They'll definitely become more favourable in the latter stages towards lap 10, that's for certain.
Absolutely. Gabble leading Gregory at the front. That is our top 2. They are separated by 2.5 of a second. I've just been messaged on Discord that someone can hear my voice. Well, believe it or not, that is how a commentary works. It might be 2 a.m, but that is how a commentary works. My mic is, my mic is sent through Alex's Discord, and it comes through to your speakers. Or if you've got a headset on, a headset.
That is a very strange message. Omi, guess what? I can also hear your voice.
Fantastic. Well, let me know. Let me know in the live chat if anyone else can hear my voice. I would love to know.
And don't put it in the live chat either. Just message Omi privately on Discord, just saying you can't hear his voice. Just like the others. Here comes Robin Brain once again on Lion. Flies through into P4 and makes up another place. Robin Brain on a bit of a charge on these harder compounder tyres. And in the chat, there's Harvey. Is Omi speaking?
Well, I am now. Hopefully.
Oh, our vehicles on the screen. Oh, anyways, Alex Lansdale and Adam Schubert close on track at the moment. Alex Lansdale just making a move on Alex Lofer for the top 10. And yeah, very, very close out on track at the moment. But Adam Schumer also very close to Set Master down at turn number 1, as Adam Schumer does manage to get through into P7. 2-second gap though to Logan AP Kelly in P6. But the rest of the top 6 battle all within the DRS, and that's what's going to make it interesting towards the pit stop period. If no one can try and make moves and progress through the field, they're going to have to do it before then, before everything goes a bit wayward in the pit lane. As there's Master going into the wall slightly, then actually losing the front left end plate. The Set driver now is seriously under pressure from Alex Lansdale and Alex Lofer. And there goes Potato, so going 3 wide, and there's Alex Lansdale on the inside on Lofer too. It's very close, and they're still fighting neck and neck down to turn number 9, as it is Lofer who goes through the battle of the Alexes, and Alex commentating through, and Alex commentating too. I mean, it's the trio of Alexes at the moment on screen.
Well, you'll be happy to know that I've actually got a T-shirt which has a Alex on there as well, with a microphone. So you'll be happy to know.
That's absolutely fantastic.
So, yeah,
the quartet,
exactly.
The quartet of Alexes. I mean, that's absolutely phenomenal. Everything I've lived for, right there. It's the way to live.
Fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. We are being let down by some Alexes though. Like, where is Alex Heron right now? Is he asleep?
Better not
Probably.
be. Sleep's for the week. I'm saying that like I'm not going to go straight to sleep after this race. But, you know, that's okay. Oh, Robin Brain just absolutely clambered into the wall. Surely that's damage. Oh, it's not. He survived. The lucky, lucky boy. Robin Brain in P4. He's still got his wing intact.
Yes, critically still with a front wing attached, which is absolutely fantastic as well at this moment in time as Alex Lofer makes the move. So that is Lavero moving through and up to 7th position, past Schumer there. So Adam Schumer drops down to P8 and the hard compound of tyres go ahead at that moment. And we're also going wheel to wheel, or we were going wheel to wheel further back as Raza Gamer loses a place.
Yes, at the moment, still a lot of close fights on the track at the moment. Logan AP Kelly very close to Aura Lion in P5, the VMV driver. Struggling slightly on track at the moment. Got a yellow flag in Sector 3. And who is that? I think that might be Damon. Yeah, just got back running again. I think he might have went a bit too deep into turn number 11. Or turn number 12, but he's back on track and running once again, so no safety car this time.
Yes, no safety car indeed at the moment, of course. We had that safety car interruption in Canada. You know, we've had some races where we've had plenty of safety cars and then some where we were just, where it was just not coming out.
Oh! VSC.
Well, we got VSC.
I mean,
not quite the safety car.
It's a good effort from the commentators to try and spawn a safety car. Close enough.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought I had more power. Unfortunately not. Virtual safety car will do though. Virtual safety car will do. We'll try again later. I've used all the power with jinxing Nathan Richards and you know, doing other stuff today.
Need to power it up now. You just wait and just let it come to you. Anyway, we're going green once again. Oh, that's Shaw. Getting a drive-through penalty there in P17. Not going to affect anyway. Dave for him as Logan AP Kelly makes a move on a line, but he's actually went a bit too deep, and I think he's getting squabbled up by all these cars, and Alex Lansdale trying to join and get through as well. And that's a big mistake from Logan, who's now dropped to P8 at the moment.
Yes, dropping to P8 as well. Ollie Matthews, by the way, checking in with the commentary team, as we obviously should. Right now running in 15th as Alex Lofer makes the move into turn number 1 and gets through. But yeah, Matthews actually has just lost a position in fact as well. So that's not ideal. I was just about to talk about them. But yes, they've lost a position. So I don't know whether I'm going to be giving any praise. Oh, they've lost the front wing. They've lost the front wing, so they're coming into the pit lane.
Oh, commentary team's going down pan. It's all going wrong. It's all going wrong.
No praise is heading their way then.
Nathan started it. Blame it on Nathan.
Yeah. Don't worry though, we've got the great Jess returning, Corey as well, and I'm sure other people behind the wheel that can try to take over. And actually, you know, Nathan Richards right now is in the call with Ollie, so that's what is probably causing this.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. We figured it out.
Problem.
We've absolutely figured it.
If in doubt, blame Nathan. Here's Ryan and Adam Schumer going side by side at number 11. It's close, but Adam gets through, and that was a nice clean move between the pairing. The Haas gets through and looking to the inside, and he'll be going on to his next stint on the harder compound of tyres. And yeah, see where it comes out. I think it'll be maybe just close to Master in P14, maybe just ahead of Hazard as well. We'll just get through, so yeah, it'll be ahead of Set Master. And he'll feed out into that gap in P13. So he's got a bit of clean air to go into until he catches Raza Gamer and Chappers, which is actually right ahead of him. So that's not really worked well for him. He's going to have to make his way through the traffic.
Yep, gonna have to just make their way through the traffic then, as you mentioned. And then we'll see what happens from that point onwards. 410's in it for the lead. It's still very much close together. I mean, I kind of remember from last season, Gregory Prigibel came into, fought for the F3 title, did lose out in the end, but then came into PCF2 and, you know, took pole and very nearly took the race win, but lost it on the final lap of the race on his return back to F2 it was. So, you know, I've already seen him be very, very quick around this circuit, and I've already seen him lose out before, and he'll be desperate for that not to be the case here today. Into the pit lane comes Gabor as Gregory Pujibel continues on another lap.
Yeah, it's crucial to see where Gabor Santos comes out. Will he be in traffic as well? As that's where it makes it interesting for Gregory Pujibel and where he feeds out. So here we go. Exiting the pit lane now is Gabor Santos. We've got a race of cars coming down from the final corner. The Mercedes of Yanis Maibohm obviously pitted that little bit earlier and comes out ahead. Does Yanis Maibohm. Interesting stuff into P7, and that's a crucial undercut there for Yanis. And got through the traffic and got through on Gabor Santos. So into P7, Gabor Santos into P8, and let's see if Gregory Pujibel can come out of the pit lane and do anything slightly different to them, and see how much he's pushed on lap number 12 as well. But still, lap 12 out of 27, we're heading to the second stint, and Yanis Maibohm with a good undercut there.
Undercut indeed, and as we make our way by getting very close to an overtake for Potato, all the way around the outside and ahead by the time we make our way out of 9, 10 and down towards the final few corners around this Albert Park street circuit, which of course has 4 DRS zones for us, and we'll of course continue utilizing that in the game for the next few months before all the systems change similarly to real life.
Absolutely. Alex Lofer about to make a move on Robin Brain to the inside line. He goes in the Williams for FVR and gets past the fastest Stay True driver of Robin Brain. And into P2. Gregory Pujibel stays out another lap on those medium compound of tyres. And yeah, Alex Lofer and Robin Brain, both of these, the hard runners of the group at the moment. Same with Potato, but a lot of pit stops happening now onto the harder compound for the final stint. Let's see how the hard to medium goes for Robin Brain and Alex Lofer. And let's see whether they will come out on around lap 16, you've got to say. Or lap 17-ish for the medium compound. You want the best possible stints, the shortest stint on the medium, so you can push as hard as you possibly can and know that your tyres will be in favour for that whole entire stint. So we'll see how that turns out for him, but let's see if Gregory Pujibel finally comes in on this lap. Definitely going to get undercut. Got to be sure of that. With Yanis Maibohm and Gabor Santos on the fresher tyres and in a bit of clean air as well.
Yep, in a bit of clean air, as you mentioned, at this moment in time, and clean air, very, very important and vital, of course, for the car. And also, you know, being able to push out flat out as well. And Potato's gone straight into the wall. And I was just on board, and, you know, that went straight on, so I don't know whether it's a failure or what's gone on, but that was full throttle straight into the wall, so I'm unsure what has gone on for Potato, but yeah, they are out and we've got an interruption. Safety car.
And that is Gregory Pujibel. Very, very lucky. Very, very lucky, and he'll get a free pit stop because of it. Same with Alex Lofer, same with Robin Brain, and wow, that flips the race on its head. I feel like every single race I've commentated now has had a safety car. I'm just the lure of a safety car. I mean, in the dictionary it should just say safety car, and the definition should just be Alex Bagnall. And yeah, I mean, interesting now. Let's see what happens. Robin Brain, Alex Lofer could go on to the softer, medium, not softer compound tyres. Never on this day and age is anyone going on to the soft compound tyres. Going on to the medium compound tyres, and they will make the end. There's a few laps on the safety car, and they'll get a free pit stop and should just come out ahead of Yanis Maibohm there. Let's see what they do, and I think they should just stay out on the harder compound. But yeah, Gregory Pujibel should get a free pit stop as well, and should also stay in the lead. So yeah, he's got what he wanted. Gregory Pujibel will take the lead.
Absolutely, we'll take the lead indeed, and as I mentioned, I happened to be on board exactly as it happened, because if I'm honest, Potato made an overtake. I'm just too lazy, so I didn't switch the camera, just left it on there, pretty much, as well, and yeah, saw the moment as they went straight into the barrier as well, so we'll wait and see who is GP, Gregory Pujibel, that is, as well, in his home race. So they are now coming into the pit lane, some of our leading group.
Now let's see where Yanis Maibohm is. Coming out the final corner now, and I think these guys are going to come out ahead as iHazard, I think, disconnects from the session. Yeah, these three have just came out ahead of Yanis Maibohm. And it's where's Alex Lofer? Oh, yeah, I've got the glitch again. I've got the glitch again, and he's down in. He spawned back in, right? So Yanni's my. Wait, no, he's not. Where is he? Alex Lofer is a minute 54 ahead of everybody else, but still in P19. I mean, that's just how we love the game.
Yeah, how we love it. We've had a donation come through as well. We're now at 1,501.67, and I'll say it because you've donated.
Oh,
I mean, you've donated, so I'll say it. Yeah, I mean, if you want me to keep saying it, because I know a lot of people just love it. I mean, it's free engagement for us, number one. But number two, if you keep donating, then you know I'm happy with just putting it out more there. But I mean, the real person we need to get is Joseph Black, because he absolutely loves getting it out there at every single opportunity. It's his favorite thing to do. But yeah, I don't know where he is. He's probably asleep right now.
Who sent that in? I can't read that name. I don't want to read that name, but yeah, an interesting name that. But thanks for the £1.67. Oh God.
Thank you very much.
Oh God. Every penny counts, even the 67 pence you put towards.
Exactly.
Anyway, it's lap 15 out of 29, just over half race distance. Safety car is out, and yeah, this is with strategy. Alex Lofer, Robin Brain have been offered a second chance in this race to fight back towards the front on the medium compound tyre, so it should have the better tyres at the start of this stint. Robin Brain in the chat should not be texting and driving, first of all. That is illegal. And if you've just passed your test and in the first 6 months you're driving, you get caught on your phone, you will get your license ripped up. So just saying, Robin Brain, you better watch out, my friend. But anyway, it says, I'm so tired. Well, don't crash.
Great. I also see Will Gibson momentarily joined the other VC, where the other commentators are hanging out. I want to see whether Will Gibson's listening to us, or has he got us muted? Will Gibson, send a message in the chat if you're still listening to us.
I think he was in...
I'm interested.
He was just in the chat then, yeah. He responded to
was.
who's GP. Yeah, Greg Password was the name. Iconic.
Yes. Absolutely. I want to see whether Mr. is consuming our work, or like some of the others, is just, you know, put the mute button on, which I don't really understand.
That's disgusting. That we stay here, all this work, and my vocal cords have been destroyed every second, and it's past me bedtime by a few hours. And they put it on mute. Disgusting. I would never.
I mean, don't be muted when we get to the singing. Don't be muted when we get to all of
you know
that.
what? This could be a big regret because my vocal cords feel absolutely horrendous. So this is going to be a bad one, I think. I'm scared of any voice cracks that come my way. So I don't know what I've signed up for here. But I'll give it me all. That's all that matters.
Who knows? Maybe next event I'll do some singing, so my body can actually get a rest. Because everything I do seems to involve movement, and while you sing, I'll still be moving. So I might have a go at singing. But there was a karaoke session I participated in about a few weeks ago. It didn't go quite well. I couldn't do too well at some of the lyrics as well. What did we sing? Okay, so Lush Life was one. I think I nailed that one quite well.
That's quality. Oh.
Yeah, I did quite well at that. I won't name the other ones because it's a bit too embarrassing that I couldn't actually sing.
Yeah, you've got to. Come on.
Well, maybe later.
It's 20 past 2 in the morning. Come on. For the content.
I mean, I don't actually know what I'm gonna be. I don't actually know what I'm gonna be like dancing to while you sing. So I might just do random like Lush Life TikTok dances and just random TikTok dances all the way through, just keeping everyone entertained, keeping the atmosphere nice and up.
Oh, Hazard's Racing Productions, Monaco Ricard. I said I would sleep now, but I'm watching this instead. Keep watching because this performance you're gonna have to keep in the highlights for. I'm pretty sure it's you that makes the video as well. You've got to keep it in the highlights. Right, I'm so happy I don't have to go out tomorrow. That's fantastic. I'm working, so lucky you. Omi 67 dance, said Harvey in the chat. Yeah, I don't know what to say to that, to be honest. bit speechless.
Yeah.
Anyway, safety cars
I
in
mean,
this
it's been a
lap.
few years. Yeah, it's been a few years since I've commentated on Ace, to be fair. So he's getting in all the requests that he's not been able to do for a few years. But yeah, we're about to get going. We're about to get going now on the circuit.
We are indeed. And Gregor Pujibel is going to lead us away from Alex Lofer and Robin Brain. We're both on for some absolutely fantastic results if they can bring it home in the positions they're in. FVR, Alex Lofer, very close to Gregor Pujibel, and Robin Brain would absolutely love to finish in the top 3. But anyway, here we go. Round the final corner. Alex Lansdale, what's happened to him? He's spun at the final corner on the safety car. Why is he bottling Ref Sadar? Ben Huskins is going to be fuming. I'm quite fuming as well, but it's green flag running. Gregor Pujibel in the lead. And Robin Brain. Oh, Robin Brain. No, that's a bad error to make on the restart. That's a 3-second time penalty, and that could deny him podium place. Gregor Pujibel leads us away. Alex Lofer in P2 and Robin Brain in P3 with a penalty.
Yep, so, I mean, the race is absolutely flying by. We're already on lap number 18 out of 29, so that's gone, I guess, a little bit quickly. And we're very much into the sprint towards the final stages as well of the contest as we make our way through. So, it is still Gregor Pujibel leading, and then Alex Lofer in second position, and then Robin P3, but of course, as you mentioned, getting the penalty on the restart as we went racing once again.
Yeah, absolutely. But great electric restart from Gregor Pujibel. Robin Brain putting pressure on Alex Lofer at the moment and needs to if he's got a penalty too. But 11 laps remain in this race. I hate when it says there's a yellow flag in the final sector. There definitely isn't a yellow flag and caution in the final sector at the moment. And hopefully I'm not jinxing that as well. But yes, we're heading on to lap number 19 now. Gregory has done quite a fantastic job. Let's see if Jans Myboom can also get through on the 2 medium runners ahead. And let's see if I might have a little overtaking move for the lead as well, if Alex Lofer can get close enough too. But yeah, solid 10 laps to go in this race after this one. And I think Gregor Pujibel is in a pretty strong position, especially the more laps he's in the lead, the more laps he's going to get advantage compared to the medium runners, which are going to die out a lot sooner than his harder compound tyres. So, yeah, it's now looking to Jans Myboom, see if he can try and make a move past the medium runners in the last stages. But at the moment, they're both looking pretty quick. Robin Brain especially on the back of Alex Lofer. Let's see if he can try and make a move in the next few laps or sectors.
Yep, that is the question. That is the question that we ask now. Are we going to be seeing anything be done as well as we make our way into the braking zone? And it's continuously getting closer and closer and closer as we see Damon have the position further back over Chappers, so that is for 10th on the road. But you've got a huge gaggle of them so close together, so it is definitely very much entertaining in the mid-pack, as is at the front. At the front, it's more of a battle that is leading towards the final stages where it will begin to come alive, but the mid-pack always are keeping us entertained.
Absolutely. And yes, I mean, this is it, the final 9-lap shooter. Oh, bit of a contact there with Jans Myboom on the back of Robin Brain there. Jumped into the back of him. That's allowed Gabor Santos to try and fight and battle with the VNT Mercedes. And it was very close there. Santos is very close to the back of Myboom, but I think good exit there from Myboom, and he could easily keep him behind. But I don't think it's as big of a gap as he'd have wanted. Bit uncomfortable situation, but Jans Myboom is now probably deploying to try and keep ahead, which he has due to that DRS train. But Gabor Santos is very close. He's knocking on the door. He's trying to look to the inside line as we make our way down to turn number 11. It's close between the pairing, and so is Robin Brain and Alex Lofer on the exit of turn number 11. This car's fighting all over track, trying to nudge ahead, but at this stage, no one is able to make a move. Just so close on the exit of turn number 11 and turn number 12. But overall, no moves to be done. Heading on to lap number 21.
Yep, no overtakes just yet, but definitely pending and about to come our way very shortly as well. The drivers very much get us excited with how close sometimes they are running to each other. But it's all about when are they going to be dishing out the move? When will it be coming out? And talking about it coming out, there we go. You see one as Logan drops down a position. And the McLaren moves through off Master, but it's still very close between the pair, and we're into the wall. Master into the wall, and that was always going to happen as they made their way through at high speed, and it's on the racing line. Can everyone avoid? Just about, until the car ghosts.
We've got a safety car. We've got a safety car there.
Safety car, safety car.
Not a
safety
surprise.
Car, safety car.
In any way, shape, or form, we've got a safety car in the last stage. So is anyone going to come in to stop? Ooh, I think it's a bit tight. I feel like if a lot of people stay out, it's better to take track position. But if someone else stops, I think everyone will come in. And yeah, mediums. If you've got a set of mediums, I won't blame them if they came and stop here. It's going to put pressure on Alex Lowe from Robin Brain. But Gregor Pagibel, let's see what he does.
Let's see what he does indeed. At the front of the field.
Stays
Is it
out.
in? No. Stays out as you mentioned.
Alex Lowe coming in, Robin Brain coming in, Jans Mybone coming in. So everybody's coming in. Gabor Santos staying out. Adam Schumer staying out. We've got a mixed bag as it stands at the moment. Let's see if anyone else comes in. Alex Lansdale's into the pit lane. A lot of people that have came in. A lot of people opting for track position also. And so it's Alex Lowe who'll be leading the pack of pitted cars. And they've just feeded out in with Icky Robbo. So Alex Lowe in P7, the leading pitted car. Let's see if he can make his way through the traffic on a set of softs. I mean, who sees softs in this game? Wow.
Yes, absolutely. Well, now we're under the safety car, live chat. You're still quiet. You know, under safety cars, it usually likes to, you know, explode a little bit more. Come on, come on. Let's get a bit of conversation going in the live chat. Now, I'm a bit concerned, Alex, and that is because I don't see Nathan Richards in the Discord call anymore. Where is he gone? Where is he? Is he alive? Is he missing?
Is he having a nap? Surely not.
We need information. We need to find out. We need someone to create a missing graphic at this point, because where is he?
Yeah, it's not good enough. Simply not good enough. I don't know.
Well, TK's TK's in the Discord call now. Maybe he knows if he's listening to us. If he doesn't have us muted.
He went for a
Oh,
nap.
he did go for a nap. He did go
TK's
for a
in
nap.
charge.
Let's go.
Thank
He's
God.
gone for a nap.
Hey, the commentary team
He's
might have a
gone
bit
for
of
a
luck
nap.
now.
Yeah.
Hey up,
absolutely.
hey up, hang on. As I say that, Ollie Matthews in P6, by the way.
Yes, up there, running highly indeed. Ollie Matthews.
Oh, he's coming to the pit lane.
Definitely.
No.
Oh.
Oh, I thought it was as soon as Nathan left we were going to get a decent result. Oh, shame. Pain continues.
Well, do not worry, everyone. I do have an image of the commentary team running in second place from earlier on. It may have been a bug, but we ignore that. I do have an image of that saved. So whoever's editing highlights and all of that stuff, if you would like that, just let me know and I will try find it and hope I still have it as well. But I definitely screenshotted the moment because it is an iconic moment. It is a great moment. Unfortunately, we couldn't get all the way to P1. But you know, second place will have to do. And second place is still very high. And Corey Brooks definitely, with some fantastic skill, was able to get there. Definitely wasn't a bug. But yeah, it was fantastic skill from Mr. Corey Brooks, who is going to be getting ready for some more racing very, very soon.
Yeah, he's indeed. Well, I mean, he's doing Baku as well. So that'll be an interesting one for Corey. I love Baku. I feel like that is my track that I turn up, and no matter if I haven't played the F1 game for about a year, turn up and I'd produce an unreal result in it. It's just I reach flow state on Baku in between the walls. Chaos, absolute chaos. It's got the speed of Monza, the walls and track limits of Monaco, and the chaos of No, I'll reiterate that. So we've got the speed of Monza, the chaos of Singapore, No, the walls of Singapore and the chaos of Monaco. There we go. That is Baku.
All
Absolutely
at 5
brilliant.
a.m. as well, everyone.
All at 5 a.m. So that's even more with setups that are fixed and wet rain, and it's night time. So that's going to make it more interesting. Gregory Pajibel is back to lead the way for the safety car restart. Here we go. Not a great restart, to be honest, compared to Gabor Santos. As there's Damon also trying to make it up, as well as Alex Loafer also making moves down at turn 1, already flying through the order. Robin Brain on a new set of mediums, and will look good towards the end of this stint. Also looking to make a move. Alex Loafer already up 2 places so far into P4. Let's see how they're going to make their way through the pack in this final 5-lap shootout.
Yep, let's see what everyone has got underneath them. Who is looking good and who is not? That's the question that is going to be answered in the remaining laps of this race. And Alex Loafer on the soft compound of tyres, I'm sure already wants to get to the overtaking, places the car on the outside, gets the power down, and it is nice and simple up to P3.
Yeah, it's flying at ice phase. I think Manolo at the back for AZR might have had an off in there into the wall. So I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's rejoined the track in P18. No safety car at this time. Gregory Pajibel still in the race lead. Alex Loafer knocking on the door already to Gabor Santos. So he's pretty much where he left off. So yeah, definitely worth the pit stop. Robin Brain, I think something's happened to him, as he's definitely dropping down the order at this phase to other pit stoppers. He's lost the front left of his wing, and that is Robin Brain under significant pressure in this phase. Pressure, what pressure? Robin Brain under significant pressure. 13 seconds of penalties for Damon, 3 seconds for Aurelian, 3 seconds for Robin Brain and Chappers, Moist, Short, I Hazard, and Manolo on 6 seconds as well. And at the moment, there's absolutely cars everywhere.
Yes, cars everywhere is absolutely the description out there on the circuit. Left, right, centre, they're all over the place. All over the shop here in Melbourne on lap number 25 out of 29. So we're definitely pushing our way through. And are we going to be seeing Alex Loafer as well, Loureiro, make further progress on that soft compound of tyre, utilise the soft compound of tyre while it lasts, and try and move up. Meanwhile, Alex is doing that further back, and there's a big battle that is actually going on. And yes, there is cars absolutely everywhere, as Alex Loafer does move up to second.
Yeah, perfect move on Gabor Santos, and now can easily put pressure on Gregory Pajibel. Nobody else is able to put pressure on him for quite some time in this race. Let's see if Alex Loafer can try and take the race lead for FVR. Would be an absolutely fantastic result for Loafer. And at the moment, Alex Lansdale, the other Alex, making his way up to P8. So both Alexes on the rise as it stands. And he's currently closing in to Damon and the two in front, who also have penalties as well. So yeah, keep an eye on Alex Lansdale, see what progress he can make and try and get himself in the top 5. But still, only 3 laps to go. Anything can change. Gregory Pajibel in the race lead, Alex Loafer in P2, and Robin Brain under all sorts of pressure with that wing damage.
The wing damage indeed. So it is turning out to be quite the exciting end to the race. 0.3 of a second between first and second place. Will that be the case though in a few meters? All the way around the outside, and Alex Loafer takes the lead here in Melbourne, and he gets the position off the home favourite with 4 laps, 4-lap old soft compound of tyres, and he's only got a few more laps until he can see himself home.
Absolutely. And I've just realised Alex Loafer has came from P20 in this race. He's done the last to first.
Wow. I mean, you know, they were talking about the last to first at Monza, but that was a reverse grid race. You know, of course we were going to see that. No reverse grid here. Out the back, fighting his way through all the way to the front. That is fantastic. That is fantastic. And he's only got a couple more laps as well. But yes, he'll be taking off the corners one by one until the end of the race. Slightly wide there for Gregory Pajibel as he continues on. But you know, we're very much into the night. We're getting ready for Monaco, and we're getting some brilliance with a last to first also coming in. You're seeing it all in the 24 hours for mental health.
Absolutely. I mean, what a race. from Alex Lofer, and you didn't even recognise it because it just came through so smoothly, and he's reached the front so nicely, and it's been a fantastic strategy. He had fantastic pace. Alex Lofer, what a drive, and this could be easily one of the drives of the 24-hour event from Alex Lofer if he can win this race. 12 lap hold hards for GP and Alex Lofer on 5 lap hold softer compound tyres. Them tyres will die in the final 2 laps, so don't doubt that. No one uses softs on this game purely because of that reason. So Alex Lofer just needs to keep it clean. He needs to try and keep Gregory Pagibo behind, and then it's his to win in this race. Penultimate lap of the race, Alex Lofer leading from the back of the grid to the front. Gregory Pagibo has got to put the pressure on.
Got to put the pressure on indeed. What can Gregory do behind the wheel? Can he wrestle the car all the way to the front, or will Alex Lofer's strategy work out and keep him P1, having started 20th and last on the grid? Well, your answer will come in about a lap and a half's time, but right now, Alex Lofer, you have to say, is nailing these corners, is making sure the gap isn't too close. If you can keep the gap at a good margin, you have to remember, it is F125. You've not got the biggest slipstream, you've not got the biggest DRS, so it is very much just important to have a bit of a buffer, and you could see yourself home as the victor, about to come to the end of the penultimate lap.
Absolutely. I'm just seeing a battle with Robin Brain, iHazard, Razza Gamer, all kicking off due to the damage on Robin Brain's car, trying to maintain P10 at the moment. But we'll look back to the front and for the final lap, the final tour, the final 5.3 kilometers here in Australia. Alex Lofer with an absolutely magnificent drive. If he can keep this, A, between the white lines, B, ahead of Gregor Pagibo, and C, in the race lead overall when you come across the line. The gap is closing. The DRS will open for Gregory Pagibo 3 more times and 2 more times after this straight. When we get onto the back straight, it's pedal to the metal, and I tell you what, Alex Lofer absolutely doing what he needs at the moment, but the gap is so close, and when we exit turn number 7, we'll know how close it's going to be. Gregory Pagibo pushing all he's got. Alex Lofer definitely pushing all he's got. This is a battle between old hards versus relatively old softs. Who can come out on top? Pagibo with the DRS on the route down to turn number 9. From P20 to P1, Gregory Pagibo's going to deny it into turn number 9 and turn number 10 and takes the lead on the final lap. Gregory Pagibo takes it, and what a magnificent way to do it. Alex Lofer denied in the worst terms as Ollie Matthews for the commentary team is out on the exit of turn number 5. Disaster for the commentary team once again. But for my final race here in Melbourne for round number 12, Gregory Pagibo is going to head around the final corner. Magnificent circumstances, magnificent drive. He's managed it well. He's got past Alex Lofer on the final lap. He's going to win here in Melbourne. Alex Lofer takes P2, and what a drive from P20 on the starting grid. He takes P2. All credit due to Alex Lofer in this race. What a job, what a strategy, and what pace he had. Yanis Mybohm takes P3, and it's Gabor Santos, Adam Schumer, and Alex Lansdale takes P5, as that will be reinstated for Gregory Pagibo. I just left a little bit too early. And it's Orion takes P7, Logan in P8, Ikiroba P9, and Razza in P10. Chappers in P11, Robin Brain, it's lost me now. Everyone's leaving the session. It's lost me. I don't know where I was at. I don't know who's finished where. It's all went mental.
Yeah, I mean, while we're denied one incredible story at the front of the field, we have to be honest, it's a home win for Gregory. That's number 1. And I also did mention earlier how he lost the victory in PCF2, having led the entire race at that corner. And then a few months on now, he's basically just won the race at that corner on the final lap. So, you know, it is a great story in the end anyway. Just not the one that we thought we were possibly going to see, but the Softs just didn't hang on in the end. Well, what an interesting race that was. But, Alex, as good as it was, I think we've got some more interesting things like coming up, like now. I mean, we've got Monaco,
Yeah.
but even before that, we've got something even better than Monaco somehow. I don't know how.
We've got a bit
Yeah.
of singing to do for my final stint, and we're going to do it quickly. I don't know how to implement it into OBS, though. Let me have a quick look and see if we can get.
We're gonna have to be quick. Mr. Knight is waiting. He's like, it's my show now. So we have to be quick. We have to be quick. We don't want to annoy the man who's in charge.
I know.
Can't do that now.
I might have to do it. I might have to do it without the actual audio, and that's where I'm getting a bit worried here. Oh, right.
Yeah, we might just need to. We might just need to.
Are we ready?
Okay, I'm ready to do some dancing for everyone, and keep everyone entertained.
Right. Do you know what? I'll get the lyrics up. We're gonna do it without any audio because this is it. This is the this thing I'm gonna have to go.
Just getting myself a little top, everybody, to like entertain everyone with.
We'll just do the first few verses, then we'll call it a day. Right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Yes.
Are you ready? For Spandau Ballet, Gold. Are you ready? I want everyone in the chat to love me for this one. Thank you for coming home. Sorry that the chairs are all worn. I left them here, I could have sworn. These are my salad days, slowly being eaten away. Just another play for today. Oh, but I'm proud of you. Yes, I'm proud of you. Nothing left to make me feel small. Look, it's like me standing so tall. Gold. Always believe in your soul. You got the power to know you're indestructible. Always believe in. Right, chaps. I'm gonna finish it at that verse because we've got to move on to Monaco. It's the most important race. Right, chaps, donate for that.
Nicely hyped up.
I couldn't put the music on. FSR in the chat.
I mean, I got distracted with how good it was.
Stephen Bunting, it's Tony Hanley. I'm his believing. Right, chaps, we're gonna have to leave it there.
Oh.
I appreciate the support. It's been amazing. Omi, thank you very much for coming with me for this journey for the final 2 races for myself. Good luck to yourself for the next round you're doing in Baku because that's going to be absolute chaos. And any final words from yourself?
Oh, I've got to work with Nathan Richards. What a shame. What a shame. But anyway, I guess over to another professional now. And yes, an actual professional, Mr. Tom Knight. He's next up. So yes, hope he has fun when it comes to Monaco.
Absolutely right. From me, goodbye. Thank you very much. It's been an amazing cause. I love this so much, and I appreciate all your support. Everyone in the chat, everyone watching, keep supporting, and we'll see you soon. On to
Hurry
TK.
Up, I'm still waving.
Let's just keep Omi waving for as long as we can before his arm gets tired. Yeah. See you later, guys. We'll see you in Monaco for the chaos and carnage. Adios, amigos. Thank you very much, Omi. Peace out.